have kept the promise. No matter what has happened globally, anywhere in the world, we have rise again. We have met the challenges head on, and we have conquered, and we are conquering, and we will continue to conquer. In the last 25 years, we have seen so many success stories. But what really stuck in me when I think it was last VCon, when VP Kuna went on stage and said, we haven't got started. What we are going to see in the next couple of years is what we haven't seen yet. So you connected to this historical first ever Rise Again. You are at the beginning where we're going to be creating the kind of success we have never seen. And Chief was telling us yesterday, this is like the year one beginning. It is no longer 25 years. We are at our first year. And that's the mindset we need to have. So we are at the beginning of a great journey, and the success that you're going to see in the next couple of years is going to be greater than we have seen in the last 25 years. So welcome to the greatest journey of your lifetime. All right? So I hope you have settled now. All your teams have connected. You have seen the messages. You have called your downlines. You have called your team. And I hope all of you are settled now. And translators, thank you for translating. Thank you for being our voice. Sorry, we spoke too fast yesterday. Today, we will remind ourselves to talk slower, okay? So I hope I have to go slower? Okay, I have to go even slower. I'll try, okay? And Chief talked about making QNET, this business, entrepreneurship, your journey here as an important decision. To me, it wasn't difficult to make this an important decision. And I want to tell you why. You see, I did not know what really being financially free meant, being successful. I didn't have idea of what success really meant or richness of having money. I don't know how it felt. But I knew what was poverty. I knew what it meant not to have money. I knew what it meant when I need to ask my parents for money. I have to think for 3 days if they're going to have the money or not. I knew what it meant as a child when I had to stand on the line in school, in line, waiting for books. You know, they give you this free books beginning of every year. Now it's the beginning of the year. I remember that this evening when I was driving here to here, we are here, I could start the year happy. So I know exactly what it means not to have money. So to me, to make QNET that important decision, it wasn't that difficult. Because if there's one thing I wanted to fight for, it was not to be poor. It was to be that person in my family to end the chain of poverty, to break that. So today, I hope, even if you have not made that decision yesterday, that you along today, tomorrow, somewhere, you will decide for whatever reason that could be for you, okay, that you would decide this is an important decision. The moment I made the decision, I knew that I had to attend every training, being in the zone, because the moment I left the zone, there were just too many people to tell me that it doesn't work, it cannot work, it is difficult, it is because somebody somewhere, my uncles, auntie's cat tried, and it never worked. So I didn't want to give myself even the slightest chance, a possibility, the slightest chance that it might not work for me and I might not break that chain of poverty. So I did not want that. So it was easier for me to see what I need to do and what I need to sacrifice. What is it that I need to let go? Now, Chief spoke about that. VP David also spoke about that. What is it that you need to let go? You can have everything you want, but not at the same time. So if this is a season, this year, is you're going to rise again and focus on your business, then this has to be priority. So you got to let go something. For me, it wasn't that difficult either. Sometimes it was challenging because I did not know how to tell them, look, I'm doing something so important. I am going to work on something, and I cannot be there. But eventually, I found that courage. And how did I do that? The more I was in the zone, the more I was in the system, the more I was in the association, my working upline, my uplines, my system, I could find that courage to say that, look, it's okay. I cannot attend the wedding. I cannot be there at that party. I cannot come for this. And believe it or not, I missed many of my good friends' wedding. And it has been years, and some of them have children, 18 years old. But none of them today, my good friends, actually hold me on that. We are still good friends. We still sit down and talk today. In fact, we have more to share today than we ever had. So if someone really matters to you, they would understand why you need to make this a priority. So making QNET decision a priority is so crucial, okay? And is everything okay? Good? Okay. And also, Chief talked about that we need to inform the people around us. You see, if you were here yesterday, this is a good time for you to check if you have done. Now, receiving the information, understanding, listening is only the first part of it. But taking that action, to take that action is everything. And then to re-endorse that action, continue to do that, is what will make the difference. So if you were here yesterday and you listened to this, and today, right now, it's the time for you to actually check. Now, to inform people around me that I'm doing something important, and to set that boundaries, to set that tone, to set that space for you to work on this. I remember going back to my dad back then and telling him when I first got started and decided to do this seriously that, Dad, I won't be back home for 6 months. And you know why I needed to do that? Because each time I went back home, there's someone reminded me I was doing something wrong. And I didn't want that. I didn't want that to be my decision without I've worked on the business and to see the success. So I didn't want their words, their thoughts, their opinion to be my reality, because I didn't want the future to be a replica of the past. So I wanted to stay here. So I had to tell my parents, especially my father, Dad, I'm not coming home. I'm going to work on something important. But there's something I did not do. I didn't argue with them, but I just told them I needed to do something important. What is it? Something important. And today I tell you something. The most important project of your life will be that project that you take on to build yourself. So I took that as a project. I have to work on me. So you got to inform. I hope you have done that. If you have not done that, today you have another chance. Who are these people who need to understand that you are going to embark on this important journey in this year to rise again? And I remember that time, my team, there was a teammate of mine, we were working together, my business partner. And she was supposed to get married that year. And she came and told me, you know what, we're going to work this together. This is going to be an important year. So me and my fiancé sat down and spoke. We are going to do our wedding next year, but this year we're going to dedicate our lives to build our business. And I think that is the most important thing to do right now. So Chief was saying that when you make that decision, your energy, your attitude would actually impact the people around you. There are many people I've seen over the years always come back and say, my downlines are not doing that. My downlines are not doing this. My question has always gone back to what Chief said yesterday. What are you doing? What kind of decisions have you made? Where do you stand? What's your mindset? What's your energy? What's your attitude? Because they are not going to outdo you. They are watching you. Just staying in that environment. And I remember having this conversation. When I talk about this attitude, this conversation with VP Sachin many, many years ago in a coffee shop in Malaysia. And I asked him, what is one thing that has got you this far? And he said, he always listening to only positive things, positive information. Every night before he goes to sleep, his videos that he's listening to, audio that he's listening to, it's about raising that attitude, the positive mental attitude. So there's no success without that attitude. So that is something we have to work on. And when you continue to stay in the zone, okay, continue to stay in the zone, believe me, it is easier. Like right now, listening to this, seeing all your messages, all your videos last night, all the posting, retags here, there, on Instagram, on social media, on WhatsApp. I'm like, wow, I have forgotten that this is yesterday was 2nd January. I thought New Year was 1 month ago. And usually we are sitting Intel and we are like, oh my God, already the 6th, what did we do the last 5 days? And I'm like, today morning waking up, it's only the 3rd today, and we did so much. Why? Because we are in that zone. When you are in the zone, how, Serena, not to be positive, how not to have that A game. You want to have that A game? Be with A players. That's the only way to have that A game. And Chief came back, and this was the highlight of yesterday, that 8 basic building blocks. You know, I don't know how to stress it more than this, okay? I remember one story that I will never forget the story. You know, there's sometimes you hear certain stories and you are like, wow, this is the defining moment of my life. And this was a story of one of our leaders in West Africa. And he came back to his country, and the only video that he had was 8 basic building block. And he watched it for almost 150 times. And he became the #1 earner in Africa, 150 times. And yesterday, listening to Chief talk about 8 basic building block in such a simple manner, I fell in love with it again. Okay, the dream. Without the dream, in fact, I even divide this 8 basic building block into 2 parts. Block 1, 2, 7, 8 is the mindset. Block 3, 4, 5, 6 is the skill set. 1, 2, 7, 8 is something that you got to work on. Without the dream, you will not have that commitment. Without knowing that what is it that you want to fight for, your priority, you will not be able to commit. If you cannot commit, that means your dream is not strong. Then you go back to your mindset. That will help you. And the 7 and 8 counsel is a lot to do with our attitude. To counsel, it's a lot about having that, knowing that I need to check. I need to go back. I need to check and balance. I need to talk. I need to discuss. It's the mindset. So it's connected back to the attitude and to duplicate. And Chief gave such a beautiful example yesterday. It's your energy. It's you being at your best version. What are you duplicating? It's not about the notes. I take a lot of notes, and sometimes I don't even read them. Sometimes I know you guys photostat. You guys, no, today we don't photostat. Oh, I still have people who photostat. They love to have a print material. We forward. We like to forward PDF here and there. But it's not about that. That's not duplication. You duplicate who you are, your energy, your excitement, your dream. You can only help someone to dream if you are a dreamer. You can only help someone to commit if you can commit for yourself. You only can help someone to come back and counsel if you are doing your counsel with your working upline. You cannot expect someone to come to you to counsel when you are not doing that. You can't give what you don't have. And Chief said something yesterday to remind you on this. He said, when you are at your best version, rise again. To raise yourself again is to get yourself to the best version. Because there was a time you reached there, and then we dropped it. And when you are at your best version, things happen, sign-ups come. You talk to somebody, they sign up, they give you money, they send you money. But when we are not at the best version, you can try and do so many things, and things are not falling in place. So that 1, 2, 7, 8 is mindset. And what is 3, 4, 5, 6? The list, presentation, invitation, presentation, follow through, and invitation and continuously prospecting. That is skill set. You can train that. Today, Chief will talk to you. VP Sati will talk to you. We have VP Donna is going to be connecting with you from the Philippines. And they're going to tell you what they did to raise their 8 basic building blocks, their mindset, their attitude, what you need to do. So I want you today, okay? So I hope now you have refreshed where we were yesterday. And I also gave you homework. I haven't forgotten. Have you finished 150 names? Have you done it? Done it? I told you to check, complete, clean up, and come back today with 150 names. If you don't have that, you are not ready. So I hope you have a written list of 150 names. If you don't have that right now with you, by end of today, okay, you will understand that you need to stop everything and work on your 150 names. Okay, that is block number 3. So now, if you have got your names, now you have a little bit more what we have went through yesterday. Now, are you ready for today to take it to the next level? Now, let me tell you this. So I'm going to bring our Chief back, but before I bring him on the screen, yes, he's already ready for you, and I hope you're ready, you're settled, okay, you're focused, and you're ready for day 2. So wherever you are, I hope you are ready. Now, I have seen so many people introduce him on so many stages, so many platforms, VCon, and everything. So many things have been said about our Chief. But let me tell you this. I've never seen anyone with that level of dedication for our growth and our success. I've never seen someone with that level of energy, passion, and I've never seen him tired. Sometimes I wonder if he gets tired. Then I realized why he doesn't get tired. Because from the time he wakes up to the time he goes to sleep, from everything that is happening with the kids, family, everything, our growth is always in his mind. His dedication is unmatchable. So our global We family all over the world, day 2, rise again. Let's welcome our Chief, Patman Sanatiraja, here in this space in QI Tower. Chief.
Thank you, Kalai. Good morning, good morning, good morning. My V family all over the world. This is your Chief back for day 2. All right. I don't know whether you guys enjoyed day 1. I was looking on social media and I was looking in our chat groups and I saw hundreds of photographs of you guys all over the world watching the Rise Again event on the streets, in the cafes, in your home offices, with your family at home. Some of you guys were like sitting down, I think literally on the side of the road, on a curb and watching it. I think it was a cold place because everyone was dressed up very warm. So firstly, to all the translators, I love you guys. Yesterday I spoke very fast because I couldn't see where the translators were. But today I'm going to slow down so you guys can really translate my message. This 3-day event, the timing is perfect. We are at the beginning of the year. I know a lot of you are just getting started, just getting into the mode. I understood that a lot of people are doing your own little events of bringing your teams together. So I think the timing for the Rise Again event is perfect. And I spoke to Kalai, Sati yesterday, and we're going to do this every year. But the good news is, I'm going to do it in January to kickstart the year. Then I'm going to do it in June to make sure you guys are still switched on. And then we see you the next year in January. So this will become like a tradition of the V to give you guys everywhere in the world access to some important knowledge, the right message, hopefully some inspiration. You heard from Kalai earlier, and today you have 2 amazing speakers coming up, and then I come back and see you at closing. And today we changed the chairs because nobody wanted to sit on the low chairs. You saw my shoes today, guys. This is a Nike Supreme. It's supposedly very rare. All right, I can see the jealousy in everyone's face here that they don't own a Nike Supreme. It's basically a white shoe with red shoelaces. Okay, so now let's talk about today. Yesterday, 8 basic building blocks. And if you watched my Wednesday message, I emphasize that what I realized yesterday while doing the 8 basic building blocks, I think the key to success in network marketing is the ability to remain a beginner, the ability to retain the mindset of a beginner. Because if you look at everyone and you ask any max out king, max out queen, or whoever is successful in QNET today, if you ask them to go back to the best time of their journey, the most passionate, the most productive, the most warrior mode was always the beginning of the journey. So I hope that I'm speaking not only to people who have been around for a long time, but to a lot of people who just started your journey. And today, the first part, and I'll come back and see you later, I want to talk about what people fail to understand about this business. So first, let's get something straight. This is a business. And if you look back to the time you started growing up, teenager, high school, there's one thing you constantly heard, that people only make money if they own their own business. All right? Because there's 2 parts of life that anyone can choose. One is the path that I think 98% of the world chooses. That is the path of go to work, come back home, go to work, come back home, go to work, come back home, go to work, come back home. Now, nothing wrong with it. People are still out there working, earning a salary, providing for their family, all right, and living life. I have nothing against that. But I think that path is going to be a path for people who are willing to give up on their dreams. People who have surrendered and said, I will never be able to live the life I want. Because I don't think, and if you're watching me right now, I don't think working 9 to 5, surviving on your salary, and being able just enough to pay your bills and maybe at the end of the month have a little bit extra money, all right, and pray that you can save up enough money in 10, 15 years to buy your own home is the life you would want. I don't think anyone wants to live in that way. Now, don't get me wrong when you hear this message. I don't think anyone wakes up in the morning and say, I want to remain poor or broke. I think they are broke or poor because they were not willing to take risk. They were not willing to take a leap of faith. They were not willing to get out of that rat race of go to work, come back home, go to work, come back home, go to work, come back home, because that rat race, to a certain extent, gives people a sense of security. That means you go to work, come back home, go to work, come back home for 30 days. At the end of the month, if you have a job, you get paid. And that sense of security is what keeps people in the concept of employment. And why less than 5% of society, of humanity, the working class, the adult human population, why less than 5% choose the path of entrepreneurship? Now, you call it entrepreneurship because it's a big word, but bottom line, you become a businessman and businesswoman. Now, let's talk about this concept of owning a business. And a lot of people don't understand this, and I'm explaining it to you. Now, business, to your understanding, is the traditional concept. You know about this. People take a loan from the bank, or they borrow money from relatives, or they sell their house, and they have like maybe $50,000 or $100,000, and they start a business. The most traditional form of businesses are like restaurants, all right, small to medium-sized businesses. Now, nobody today can start a small business with $50,000 and become Microsoft or become Apple. Those days are gone. With the concept of monopolization, these big companies will buy those small companies to prevent them from becoming a great success story. So all these startups, yeah, all these startups that you hear, the word startup. Startup means is people who start a business for the first time, entrepreneurship. All the startups, their only dream is to be big enough to be sold to the big guys. And they can make 2 million, 3 million. Lucky ones, 10 million. The super lucky ones, 100 million, 200 million. But that is, you can count with your hands these stories. Just because you see it on TikTok, just because you see it on Insta Reels, doesn't mean there are millions of stories like this. You want me to slow down some more? Doesn't mean there are millions of stories like this. There's very few. They just keep repeating in a loop on your social media. What people fail to understand is that 95 to 98% of traditional businesses around the world don't succeed. All right? They will either disappear in the first 2 to 3 years, or they will last longer than 2 to 3 years, but the owner of that business doesn't actually make money. They just survive on cash flow, because they have to pay rent, they have to pay salaries, they have to pay for vegetables, workers, everything. So they look good, they smell good, but technically, they will never be financially free. So that concept of business, the traditional form, all right, you and I will not be able to survive. Because where are we going to find $100,000? Some of us didn't even own a house to sell when we started our journey. Now here comes this industry called network marketing. And I want to talk about the industry a bit, Kalai. All right? Now this industry is over 150 years old. So don't think this is a new thing. It's been around for donkey years. But it has evolved. From the early companies where people go to the door and knock and sell lipstick and soap powder, to today, all right, organizations doing a global broadcast to thousands of people to train them to become the most powerful networkers and entrepreneurs the industry has ever seen. From people wearing company-given uniform to entrepreneurs wearing Nike Air Force Ones. Are you guys with me? That's how the world is, that's how the industry is evolving. From suit to ties, all right, to cool t-shirts and jackets. The industry is evolving. From people in network marketing earning an additional $50 a month to supplement their income, to people targeting to earn $100 or $500 a month, all right, to supplement their income. Today, network marketing top distributors around the world, including QNET, can earn anywhere from 250,000 to $1 million US a month. So this industry has changed from additional money to buy groceries to financial freedom, big money, to live in dream homes and buy dream cars. However, this industry is a confusing industry. It doesn't fall into the category of traditional business. Therefore, it will never get the respect of traditional business. There is no brick and mortar required. You don't have to hire anyone. All your downlines are your partners, and they are equally qualified to earn as much as you, and the beauty, they can even earn more than you. Now this industry allows people to work from home, to work on their mobile phones anywhere in the world, allows distributors or IRs like QNET IRs to sign up in Malaysia and have downlines in South Africa, all right, before even boarding the aeroplane to fly to South Africa. Today, the V has downlines in every freaking country on the planet. And I have not traveled to every country on the planet. Are you guys with me? Dato Sri Vijay and Japa, our great founders, were the first people in the whole industry of network marketing, and nobody knows this. In 1998, we were the first network marketing company to offer a globalized, borderless business opportunity. Nobody before that did it. We were the first, the wisdom, the vision of Dato Sri Vijay. He said, no limitations, limitless, Patman. I said, what do you mean? You can sign up anyone, anywhere in the world, and we will ship the product to them. They will pay us, we will pay them commission, all right, anywhere in the world. That's why I tell people, when they ask me to describe QNET, I said simply, we are the Amazon of network marketing. We are the Amazon of network marketing, all right? And what year did Amazon get established? 1998. So in 1998, two visionaries, Jeff Bezos, close friend of mine, he gets a lot of advice from me, all right? Jeff Bezos and Vijay Ishwaran, all right, in two different industries, in two different platforms, launched a company. Now one company made one man a multi-billionaire. Another company created thousands of millionaires around the world. All right, and that's my pride of network marketing. That's my pride of QNET. However, and you be prepared for this, the fact that network marketing is not employment, it is not traditional business, we are in the middle. All right, we are floating in this unknown land called e-commerce entrepreneurship, direct selling, the sales and distribution of goods and services. All right, e-commerce referral marketing. We got so many names, so many personalities that until today, I have met ministers in various countries around the world. And when I tell them, Patman, what does the company do? I said, we are a network marketing company. Excuse me? What is a network marketing company? You mean IT networking? So there are people in 2023 in your country, in governments all over the world, who still do not understand this 150-year-old industry. I got a theory, and let me share it with you. I don't think they don't understand. I think they choose not to understand. Because this business of network marketing cannot be categorized. And let me tell you why this industry, including QNET, sometimes in various geographical locations around the world, we get attacked by the media, by the internet, by social media, by authorities. We get attacked because think about it. You have an industry, a company that allows the common man and the common woman with the uncommon dream to pursue a journey of entrepreneurship just by purchasing a product, 2 products, 3 products, 4 products, 5 products, and they will have access to a business opportunity that could pay them anywhere from 20,000 over US for one tracking center max payment, and they can have multiple tracking centers maxing out, or even pay a housewife or a homemaker an additional 500, 600, or 750, 1,000 US a month, a week, by sitting at home, talking to people, presenting our products, presenting the opportunity anywhere on the planet. Now you may think this is the greatest thing since sliced bread, but not everyone likes the vision of Dato Sri Vijay. Not everyone wants to empower their citizens to become financially free. Not everyone wants Kalai and me, who got an education, to throw away our degrees, all right, and become entrepreneurs. Now that is the way the world is. So if you search QNET on various social media or web-based search engines, you will see good news, good news, good news, bad news. Bad news, good news, bad news, bad news, good 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 news. Exactly like any president of any country, exactly of every CEO of a Fortune 500 company, exactly like some of the biggest companies in the world, from Alibaba to Apple, all right? Exactly like every Bollywood star, every Hollywood star, every spiritual leader, all right? Anyone in the world has good news and bad news attached to them, because it is impossible to get everyone to love you. It is impossible to get everyone to embrace your mindset, your vision, your vehicle, your modality of empowering entrepreneurs. So that's why you see bad news about QNET. All right? And if you choose to believe the bad news, I only have one favor. Don't choose which one to believe. Believe both. All right? if you are just a normal person. But if you are a smart person, believe the facts. Don't believe the opinions. All right? I live in a world, in my theory of life, facts I believe. Opinions, you can throw a stone and you can get an opinion from anyone. So let's talk about the facts of QNET. All right? We are an e-commerce network marketing company. We are 25 years old, ladies and gentlemen. All right? We have thousands of products on our e-store, ranging from healthcare to home care, all right, to travel, to energy, to watches, to jewelry, okay? We have about 40 official QNET offices around the world and many more agents, partner offices around the world, all right? We are members of the Direct Selling Association, the global recognition platform of direct selling, all right, in various countries around the world. We are partners with the Manchester City Football Club for 11 years. So let me ask you a question. One moron's opinion on the internet, or one journalist's story in the newspaper. These are normal people who may have written it for reasons we shall not talk about. Or one of the most powerful, recognized, credible, champion football teams in the world, with over 300 people in their legal department who went through a stringent process of evaluating QNET inside out. They wanted to know my dog's name, Kalai. You understand? All right? And they reviewed us for months. The Manchester City Football Club, the biggest football club in the world. And they came back and said, approve, you can be our sponsor. And we are the direct spelling sponsor of Manchester City, and we are their watch partner. That means Simier, that manufactures Bernard H. Meyer, we own Simier. Simier manufactures the official Manchester City watches for the Manchester City Football Club. We cannot get bigger than this. And they didn't stay with us for 1 year and then change their mind because of whatever is happening. They have been with us for 11 years. We just renewed a contract for another 5 or 7 years, all right? And they are standing by our side. They won 3 championships last year, creating history. Then we are sponsors of the African Football League, the CAF, all right, Cup Federation, all right, the Federation, African Cup of Nations, all right, CAF. We are sponsors next to the oil company, Exxon or Total. Total, one of the biggest oil companies in the world, and QNET, all right, with CAF. Guys, we have a tower in Malaysia. I'm sitting right now in the tower, all right, in one of the nicest cities, Petaling Jaya, 2 minutes from Kuala Lumpur. Our own freaking tower. We own a university that has already graduated, all right, 3 batches of doctors who have graduated from Quest International University. All right, we own a watch manufacturing facility in Switzerland called Simier. All right, we are one of the top 100 watch manufacturers in Switzerland, guys. All right, think about this. What could one journalist say? Opinion. What could one internet article say? Opinion. That could challenge the facts that I just told you. So the fact of the matter is, we belong in a complicated industry, all right? Mainstream, not mainstream, we don't know, network marketing, even though it's been around for 150 years. We are building QNET all over the world, in developed countries, developing countries, underdeveloped countries, and all these countries come with their strength and weaknesses, if you know what I mean. I just winked, okay? And we have reached places that the direct selling industry could never reach. And end of the day, guys, let me ask you a question. All right? What options do you have for entrepreneurship? You're going to sell your house and open a restaurant that's going to go bankrupt in exactly 18 months because a franchise restaurant opened next to you? What choice do we have? And here you have a company with a proven track record, with success stories of real people that you see here, you see at VCon, you see in your countries, from all walks of life, women, men, married, unmarried, mothers, fathers, educated, not educated, from every race, religion, creed, who have achieved some level of success. Now, I'm not only highlighting the max out kings and max out queens, but we have thousands of people who earn $1,000 a month, $500 a month, but they earn it as an entrepreneur, all right, with their own blood and sweat. They control their time, they control their destiny. I am not only a supporter of QNET, I am a supporter of this industry called network marketing, all right. Even when I retire one day, I will remain the ambassador of network marketing. Because look at me, I was 22 years old, a loser, a moron, okay, with a lot of problems, all right. And if I remain on that path of life, today I won't be broke, I'll be poor, all right. And my life would involve getting up on Monday morning, which is against my spiritual beliefs, to an alarm clock, jumping into a car that I don't own because I still owe the bank 90%, staying in a house that most probably I would have rented or paying a mortgage on, get into a traffic jam, drive to a court, put on a uniform, run like a kid to go into court only to be insulted by a judge, all right? And most probably come back home at 11 o'clock at night, dead tired, and still be broke after 40 years of working or 50 years of working. That would have been my life, Kalai's life, Giri's life, everyone's life. But here I am today at 22, right? Was introduced to a great man called Dato Sri Vijay Ishwan. At that time he was Vijay Ishwan. I hope you know, the term Dato Sri is a term of recognition given by the royal family of Malaysia. It is the highest level of honor given to a civilian citizen, like how the Queen of England will give the title Sir. In Malaysia, it's Dato Sri. So the government of Malaysia recognized Dato Sri's contribution, all right, economically, from the point of charity to the Rhythm Foundation, impact on education to the Quest University, impact on empowering entrepreneurs, all right, through QNET, and they conferred him the title not once, 3 times, all right, as Dato Sri Vijay Ishwan. So I met this man at 22, all right, and today I'm here as your upline, as your chief, financially free. And my only message to you, if you're watching me right now, don't look at us and say, wow, look at Kalai, unbelievable. I respect her so much, she's unbelievable. No, don't do that. Don't look at us with adoration and all of that bull sugar. Look at us and make this statement right now in your mind. If they can do it, I can do it. That's what I want you to believe. Because whoever you are watching me, Africa, Middle East, India, Central Asia, Russia, okay, Europe, Malaysia, wherever you are, trust me, you are starting at a much better point of your life than me when I started 25 years ago. You have so much more of QNET today than I had when I started in 1998. We had nothing. We had nothing. We had a product, we had a comp plan, we had no e-commerce, we had nothing, but we still built. So I want you to understand that I believe that this industry is the future. This industry is the freaking future of accessible entrepreneurship. However, don't make the mistake everyone makes. And let me address that now. This industry works, proven, 25 years. All right, I've seen with my own eyes, nobody becomes somebody. Pak Tobeng was selling coffee in the market, earning $1 a day. Today, he's the richest man in his city with the largest house, the lifestyle you can only dream about. All right, Sachin was riding a motorbike, selling insurance in Jabalpur in India. Today, he lives in a dream home in Dubai. All right, Yusuf Sila was a traffic warden. All right, stopping and controlling cars in Côte d'Ivoire. And today, I think his house is bigger than most ministers in Côte d'Ivoire. All right? Now, these success stories, you need to know how they made it. All right? Now, are there stories of people who failed in network marketing? No. They are only stories of people who quit from network marketing. There's a big difference. All right? You cannot fail in network marketing. I'm telling you this, and listen very carefully. As long as you don't quit, all right, at some point of your journey, 6 months, 1 year, 2 years, you will make money. You will see results. Even if you just retail products, the retail profit is respectable. You understand? Even if you don't want to network, you understand that? You cannot fail in network marketing. Everyone who says network marketing doesn't work, they simply quit. So when you quit, of course it doesn't work because you are no longer in network marketing. All right? But there are people who quit. All right? And we must understand why. Because my goal is not to push you to become a max out king or queen. That you do on your own. My only goal with this Rise Again event is to take you to a mental state of mind that along this journey, no matter what happens, you don't quit. Are you guys with me? All right? That's my goal. That's why I exist. That's why Japa and Dato Sri put me here. Are you guys with me or not? If somebody asks me, what's your main, are you a trainer, are you a speaker? No, I'm the guy who prevents people from quitting. I'm the guy who keeps people switched on. My only role in this organization as your chief, as your upline, representing the great ones, Japa and Dato Sri Vijay, is just to prevent you from quitting. Because I have seen, if this is your starting point, all right, and that's max out. Here is the mystery of network marketing. You never know when you're going to max out. Nobody can tell you, not even me, not even Japa, not even Dato Sri. All right, it could happen in 3 months. Can you imagine, Kalai, if you signed up and you had, Arun on your left, Sati on your right, okay, you're going to be a max out queen, all right, in exactly 18 months for the rest of your freaking life. Are you guys with me or not? But there's no way for Kalai to know where is Arun, where is Atli. You understand not? I have tried everything. I bought every crystal ball and rubbed it and said, this next guy, is he going to help me max out? So the mistake most networkers make, not only in QNET, in this industry, and why they quit, is because they start their journey. All right? They do a presentation. Hot zone, hot zone, hot zone, hot zone, hot zone. They may get 1 check or no check. Okay? No commission yet. 3,000 BV on the left, 2,000 BV on the right. All they need is 1 more sign up to earn their first step. And they go to the next prospect. The person says no. Next prospect. The person says no. Next prospect. I read a negative article. I don't want to join you. Next prospect. No. Next prospect. No. And at that point comes human nature. The person is frustrated. The person feels defeated. The person starts to doubt himself, herself. The person is tired. A lot of noise. I told you it doesn't work. I told you you made a mistake. I told you, I told you, I told you, I told you. And majority of people, believe it or not, at that point, they decide to quit. And what you fail to understand, the next prospect, if you did not quit, could have been Arun, could have been Kalai, could have been Sati, could have been Giri, you understand or not? All right? And then the next few steps, you could already be earning 1,000 a week, 2,000 a week, I don't know. All right? Because it's not a predictive business. No business is predictive. Bill Gates didn't know he would be this big, I guarantee you. Steve Jobs didn't know he would be this big, I guarantee you. Dato Sri Vijay and Japa didn't know they would be this big. All right? Because business is business, guys. You never know when you reach that tipping point of exponential growth. So the mistake a lot of people make in this business, and I'm here to prevent you from making the mistake, all right, is they quit. You cannot fail in network marketing. If you quit, you're not going to make it. Simple as that. And if you don't quit, I guarantee you that you will make it. Now, here comes the mystery that I want to solve. How do you stop people from quitting? All right, give me a coffee, Giri. How do you stop people from quitting? You have watched documentaries. You have watched stories. Every movie, guys. Every movie in the world today, Hollywood, Bollywood, all right, is all about the power of motivation, the power of never giving up. You know, everything is about a battle, about sports. You hear stories of Roger Federer, Nadal, Virat Kohli. You hear the story of Messi, Ronaldo. All these stories. You hear the story of Nelson Mandela. All right, or even I was reading about Mike Tyson the other day, the greatest boxer of all time, Muhammad Ali, Gandhi, Mother Teresa. All right, all these people you look up to. All the people you read books about. All the people that supposedly inspire you. And if you hear all their stories, they have one thing in common. They all felt like quitting at many points of their journey. Every one of them, Bill Gates, Steve Jobs, every one of them had that feeling of giving up, had that feeling of quitting somewhere along their journey. But either it was someone or something that kept them going another day and kept them going another day. So here is the secret of network marketing. All right? To become successful in QNET, and I hope that is your goal, it has very little to do with your knowledge, because yesterday I gave you enough knowledge to succeed. It has very little to do with your skill, because until today I am convinced I have no skill. Are you guys with me or not? I am even more convinced today. My life partner is beyond convinced that I have no skill in anything in life. You understand? It's not about knowledge. It's not about skill. All right? It's not about who's your upline, who's your downline. All right? It's not about which product you promoted. It's not about which market you are building. Because I have seen over the last 25 years that you can build any market, guys. We built Ethiopia. All right? I've been to Solomon Islands, somewhere near Fiji. All right? I used to travel to Iceland, okay, and build. And we landed in Sri Lanka. They said, are you crazy? Why would you build Sri Lanka? All right? We built Sri Lanka at one point. Sri Lanka, the small island, was our #1 market in the world. Do you understand? All right? We went to India. They said, are you crazy? Your products are too expensive for India. All right? Today, India is one of our biggest markets in the world. Then we went to Central Asia. They said, Patman, the people in Central Asia is not going to listen to a moron from Malaysia telling them how to make money. Today, hands down, we are one of the most successful network marketing companies in the whole of Central Asia. All right, then the historical moment when I landed in Sudan and met my brother Adli, all right, and they thought we were crazy, right? Because our product is like, you know, our products were ranging from $600 to $2,000 or something like that. They said, are you crazy? Nobody in Africa will buy your products. This was 2001, my brothers and sisters, and today, hands down, QNET is the #1 network marketing company in the continent of Africa. You understand? Because you see, it's not about how much the products cost, all right? It's about the attitude of the people. So today I want to share with you the attitude that you must have with only one goal, not to quit. All right? Because let me be honest, if you ask any V partner, if you ask any AVP, all right, our big boys, our big girls, did they ever feel like quitting? And if they say no, they're lying. Because I am Patman Senadiraja, and I felt like quitting, all right, many times. In 2001, all right, 2000, sorry, in the year 2000, at the peak of my networking career, the journalist decided to write something interesting in the headlines of the newspaper in Malaysia. And I was young, I wasn't prepared to be a warrior, right? I was a networker, unbelievable success at that time. And I lost almost my whole network. And I went to my upline, the one and only Dato Sri Vijay Ishwan, with frustration, with oh my God, you know, Ishwan, what we going to do? The newspaper wrote this, blah, 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 blah. Please help me. I was sitting down, I'll never forget, he was sitting on his sofa, and I was sitting on the floor. That's how depressed I was, all right? And I was hoping he was going to give me an answer, a solution to this problem of losing my network at that time. And he sat down there, and you have no idea what kind of upline he is, okay? I hope he's not watching, all right? He looked at me, he said, what's the problem? I said, what's the problem? All right? He read the same newspaper I read. And we were not on page 19. We were in the headlines. To become in the headlines in Malaysia is not as easy as your country, because your country, anything can be in the headlines. Malaysia, you have to have some serious shit to become in the headlines, okay? So we were in the headlines. And he said, you mean this one? Don't worry about it. I said, excuse me? What kind of upline you are? See, block number 7, council upline. Don't counsel Vijay Ishwaran in the year 2000. Then he looked at me. He said, okay, so this is a big challenge, Patman. I have a solution. I said, thank God, finally. I had a book. I opened my book, I took out my $2 pen, and I looked at him, thinking he was going to give me a proper plan to save my network, Giri, and everything goes back to normal. Because we were young, we were naive. All right? I was 23, 24, okay? Now I'm 21, but wise. All right? So I was about to write, I was writing, yes, Ishwan. Now I call him Anne. Anne means older brother, but back then I call him Ishwan. So I want to follow the storyline, okay? So I said, Ishwan, what is it? He said, so you think this is a big problem? Yeah. And you think you can't solve it? No, I need your help. Very simple, quit. I said, excuse me? Quit. Just quit. No problem. We'll find somebody else to build Malaysia and all the other countries. You can quit, you can go back, you can still get a job, Abu. You have a degree. All right? The worst advice an upline can give. I looked at him, I said, are you serious? I'm serious. I cannot solve this problem with a snap of a finger. We will solve it eventually. It may take a week, a month, or 6 months. But we will solve it. But if you can't wait and stay with us and fight together, you better quit now. Alright? Because Padman, obviously, this problem is bigger than your dream. Profound statement. Same thing he told Sati. Because after I left the house, Sati, like a moron, went there to get advice. You understand or not? And today, it makes so much sense. If you're married to someone you love, and if you fight, and after that fight, you say, I want a divorce, what does it mean? It simply means that love was not real enough, that love was not strong enough, or it never existed before. Are you with me? Because if your love was stronger than the issue, you will never leave her or leave him. So the same concept in network marketing. If you ever have a challenge on this journey, your only question at that point is whether your dream is bigger than the problem or challenge, or is your dream important enough to you? Because when you quit QNET, if you ever quit, a moron if you quit, but if you ever quit, you are technically giving up on your dreams. That means you never wanted it bad enough. So when I sat there in that historical day in Dato Sri's house and asked him for advice, at that time I was unhappy with the advice, but today I realize it was the best advice he ever gave. If your dream is big enough, and this is why basic building block number 1 is dream. If your dream is big enough, important enough to you, nothing, all right, no challenge, no problem will drive you to a point where you want to quit. So here comes the secret. The secret in network marketing is not your skill, is not your knowledge, is not your market, is not the price of the product, it is not the country or region or whatever. It's not Google search, it's not negative, positive news, nothing. The secret to network marketing is 99% you. 99%. 99.99% is you. You are the secret. Your attitude, all right, your tenacity, that means your resilience, your grit, as Dato Sri Vijay says, your love for your people, for your family, for your kids, your dream, all right, your commitment, your dedication, everything is you. So don't look for answers outside. You can read any book. You can have any upline. You can be in any market. Doesn't matter. The answer is you. So that's why Dato Sri Vijay focused so much on Padman and nothing else. So if you have embarked on this journey with us, with the knowledge I have given on the 8 basic building blocks, and the knowledge given by your great uplines, and the natural skill of being able to talk a little bit and ask somebody, where are you from? Can I have your number? That's all is required. And how to draw a circle with a line in the middle, all that skills you can learn in 15 minutes. What you really need to sort out is your attitude. Right? And today I will address the attitude required to stay on this journey long enough to see the success, all right, that will reach a point where you will never back off again. Do you understand? It may be 500 a week for some of you. It may be 10,000 a week for some of you. Everyone has a different benchmark. That means, you earn 250 a month, you will still say, is it worth it? All right, I spend 200 on coffee this month alone, you understand? But if you earn 2,000 a month and your job salary was 500, suddenly it's easier to stay. So I want to get you to a point where you will stay no matter what. Either your commission is big enough or your attitude is big enough. All right, you understand? Or your mindset is strong enough. My job is to get you there. You understand? Then after that, on your own, you can slowly or faster reach max out. Are you guys with me or not? Like we say in Malaysia. Malaysia, we don't say, come here quickly. We say faster. All right? We don't say slow down. We say slowly. All right? So, like Malaysia, Thailand. All right? So, my job is to get you to a point where you're okay. You're strong enough. You're matured enough. You're solid enough. And then, with enough support and a little bit of push once in a while from Japa, Dato Sri Vijay, my Wednesday message, you can stay and keep going till you reach that point that I would define as success. All right? The ultimate point would be max out, but any check is respectable as long as you are consistently earning it. Are you guys with me or not? But you want to reach max out eventually. It's a beautiful place to be. You understand? Yes, I always joke and tell people, I love taking a shower. Don't get excited, okay? I'm not going to do anything here, but I love taking a shower. All right? Because every time I take a shower and I come out, I earn $2,000. Are you guys with me or not? All right? So my life partner always complains, you take your shower too long, you're wasting the hot water. I said, don't worry, B, we can afford it. You understand? So you want to reach a point where you take a shower or sit on your toilet and you stand up, you made $500. You made $2,000, all right? And you can get there, all right? So that's why I'm trying to get you, okay? So one day you can go on VCon and tell your story. But now you are somewhere here, most of you watching me, you are somewhere here, but you need to be there. That's the solid ground. This is all shaky for you. So we need a checkup. You know, Dexter Yeager used to say, you need a checkup from your neck up, all right? Because you go for your fitness check, you go for your blood test, all right? You go for your cancer marker test, you go for all the tests, but you never do a checkup from the neck up to check your attitude, to check your mindset. And the reason why I'm addressing this, because your mindset before this was a different mindset. It was an employee mindset. It was a dependent mindset, not an independent mindset. All right? It was follow, not lead mindset. All right? There were no challenges that were too big. All right? That you needed to be a warrior. You could actually live life as a wimp in your old life. But this is a new life. And here's the attitude I want you to have. And I want to prepare you for this, even the new kids on the block. All right? The first attitude you must have is 10 words. And each word has 2 alphabets. Interesting, isn't it? But it's actually a sentence. 10 words, Divya, interesting, isn't it? 10 words, each word only got 2 alphabets, but it's a very powerful sentence. All right? So it goes, if it is to be, it is up to me. That was a mic drop moment. No, Divya also like, what? He's sexy and smart. You understand or not? All right? So you understand or not? If it is to be, it is up to me. Do you understand or not? 10 words. All right? This business is yours. If it is to be, it is up to you. All right? So you must have employee mentality removed from your bloody mind, and you must have ownership mentality. You must take ownership that this is yours. Only then will you be ready for the journey of entrepreneurship. So you are, in a certain way, you are the Bill Gates, the Steve Jobs, the Alibaba, but you are No, Alibaba, Jack Ma. His name is not Alibaba, Jack Ma. All right, you are that person. You don't own a big factory with 1,000 workers because that's risky. You own a dot in the computer called your tracking center, which we are the only network marketing company in the world that allows you to transfer that tracking center to a beneficiary when you drop dead. No other network marketing company allows this. That means you can build your tracking center to max out, right, consistently. Then you drop dead, that max out tracking center will be transferred to your beneficiary, your son, your daughter, your wife, your husband, whoever you leave behind. And they will continue to earn from that tracking center for the next generation. Unfreaking believable, guys. Do you understand? That you are not only building this for yourself, you're building it for the next generation. That's why you need owner mentality. You need self-ownership. This is yours. If it is to be, it is up to me. If it is to be, it is up to me. That's the mindset you must have. Right? First mindset. You are not an employee. Your downline is just a terminology. All right? It is your tracking center, your business. You are the CEO, you are the CFO, you are the COO, you are everything. All right? The good news is, the minute you sign up, somebody gives you a book or a DVD or a link that will teach you everything you need to know about running your business. Are you guys with me now? And you're not alone. You have a lot of support. You got the V, you got your uplines, you got your team, you got our great founders, Japa and Dato Sri Vijay, you got me, all right? You got tons of people who are going to be with you all the way. Are you with me? So ownership mindset. If it is to be, it is up to me. All right? The second mindset you need to have, which a speaker will expound today, is the key to success in this business is consistency. All right? I gave this theory, I'll do it again on camera. The mistake people, everyone makes this mindset, okay? Everyone starts excited. So imagine there's a car here, and the car engine is dead, battery dead, Tesla, zero power in the battery, all right? What do? You have to push it, all right? And in the beginning, you push it, it's not easy. It is the toughest part of any journey of life. And you're pushing, and you look like you're in the toilet, and you're pushing, and you're pushing, and you keep pushing, and you keep pushing, and it becomes easier. Do you realize? And soon you can run, and soon you can put one finger on the car, if it's a flat road, of course, and you can turn it. Now the mistake every moron makes in network marketing is inconsistency. Switch on, switch off, switch on, switch off, switch on, switch off. So you know what you're doing in network marketing? Alright? Most people will make this mistake. I'm preventing you from making this mistake. You push, it starts to roll a bit, you're happy, and you stop. You understand now? Then, let's push again. Now is the hardest part again. And if you push, stop, push, stop, push, stop, you will have a heart attack and quit the business after 6 months. Inconsistency is the greatest disease in network marketing. I've seen it. Switch on, switch off, switch on, switch off. After 3 years, Chief, it doesn't work. And I said, moron, you are not consistent. You understand not? All you have to do is be consistent. Be consistent in thought, in heart, in action. You understand? Just be consistent. And one day, you don't even have to put your finger on the car. You just blow. The car will keep going to max out. Are you guys with me or not? All right? So you need a mindset of consistency. This is not a part-time business. This is not a business that you can take a break. But don't panic. Don't panic. You can still go for your cousin's birthday. All right? You can still go for your friend's wedding, but here you are switched on. That this is my business, I own it. So let me ask you a question. If you took a loan from the bank for 200,000 and open a restaurant, and that's it, you got no more money, you're bankrupt, all the money is in the restaurant, and you're serving food. You will start the restaurant at 7 a.m., you will close at 11, all right? Now let's say one day, 11 o'clock, you're coming out of the restaurant, everything washed and clean, and you are closing the door. And suddenly you see 50 people coming to your restaurant after some event or wedding. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? You are going to open the door very fast, And the guy will say, you're closing. No, sir, I'm testing the door. Please come. You will open the fridge. You will start cooking. All right? Because when you own a business, you can never switch off. When you own a business, there is no closing down. All right? You want to know the most successful companies in the world? They will remain open throughout the year. Holiday, whatever. You understand? All right? And that's what you need, a mindset of consistency. Consistency, consistency, consistency. The third mindset you need, all right, is the correct power of association. The correct association. That means you need to remember that to stay focused on QNET, you should surround yourself with the like-minded people. Do you understand? Don't do your business from 6 to 8 p.m. with the right-minded people, upline, downline, everyone. And then 8 p.m., go and spend the rest of the night with people who are losers, who are alcoholics, who tell you don't waste your time with QNET. Because what happens? It erases all that power. It depletes your power. It kills your attitude. Now you can go and hang out with your friends, all right? But you don't become one of them. So Dato Sri Vijay says, it is proven over years of human existence that you become who you surround yourself with. True? You surround yourself with negative people, you become negative. You surround yourself with poor people, you will remain poor. You surround yourself with losers, you will become a loser. Now imagine if you surrounded yourself with Japa, Dato Sri Vijay, Arun, Adli, Sati, David, Kalai. You understand? You will be the most switched on, unbelievable, positive, unbelievable warrior networker on the planet. So always have the right mindset of your association. Surround yourself with the people that will help you rise. This is my secret. All right? I will always be in the zone of Dato Sri Vijay. I'll always surround myself with the best people that I know. Okay, so that's the third mindset. Okay? The fourth mindset that you need to embrace in this journey, and this is so important, all right, that every challenge that comes in front of you, you cannot stop it, you cannot control it, all right? I cannot stop what's going to happen to you tomorrow. I cannot stop what's going to happen to you next week. I cannot stop, good or bad, I cannot stop it. Nobody can. Things are going to happen to you throughout this journey, good and bad. And the only thing you control, you need this mindset, the only thing you control is your reaction to it. It's the only thing you control. And if you control your reaction, that problem will disappear. So I have a mantra in life, all right? No, and don't get me wrong, it's not that I don't give a shit about these problems, okay? I still solve the problem. But when there's a problem in front of me, first thing I remember is my dream is big enough than this problem. The minute you agree and accept and decide that your dream is bigger than this problem, then you only sing one song. I don't care, I love it. All right, now somebody said, Chief, I don't care, I understand. Why must I love the problem? Here comes the next mindset. All right, the next mindset is every challenge, every problem only makes you stronger. So if you ask me, if I had a choice from the day I started to where I am today, financially free, would I have chosen the path of zero problems or have the same path that I had the 25 years? Some challenges, some big, some small, some down, some up, you understand not? I would not choose the path of zero challenges because I will not be the man I am today. I will not be the upline I am today. Kalai will not be who she is today, all right, without the challenges that she had to face and overcome. All right? So remember this. Every challenge you face in network marketing, I don't care. I love it. Because if you survive that challenge, which you must, you become stronger. You become better. You become more powerful. So right now, if you're watching me live from Malaysia, and you are facing a great challenge on this journey with QNET, give you examples. Long time no results. Possible? All right? Many rejections. Possible? Negative environment. Possible? All right? Negative newspaper. Possible? All right? Government that doesn't embrace network marketing. Possible? Uplines who abandon you. Possible? Downlines who don't listen to you. Possible? Even worse, no downlines. Possible? Possible not. Family that doesn't support you. Possible? All right? Guys, welcome to my life for the last 25 years. Welcome to Kalai's life the last 25 years. Welcome to Arun, Atli, Sati, David, all right, Giri, Donna, Dato Sri Vijay, Japadas Bismarck. Everything I mentioned, we went through it not once, not twice, but multiple times. And the only difference between many people and us is when we face that problem, our dream was always bigger than the problem. Our attitude was, I don't care, I love it. Because this will only make me stronger. Because if it is to be, it is up to me. And I was lucky enough to have Dato Sri Vijay in front of me, Japa in front of me. I was surrounded by the right people. I chose the right association, power of association. I stayed away from the negative bullshit. I stayed in this zone of power, inspiration, dreamers, warriors, believers. And even when I lost everything, I was able to build it back again. And the next time I saw a problem, I smiled. And I told Giri, it's okay, Apu. We have been there, done that. It's only going to make us stronger. Are you guys with me? So you have this mindset, all right? And I'll share more later with you. You will reach that point. If you sustain that attitude, all right, okay, you will reach a point where your commission from QNET is big enough, all right? Your downlines are solid enough. You are confident enough that you will stay. You're not shaky anymore. You are solid. You understand? And then every step you take after that is just to reach the final destination. And most people who quit don't quit at that point. Nobody quits at that point. Most people quit here, the early part of their journey. Nobody's going to quit if they make 500 US a week. They must be a moron. Nobody's going to quit when they have thousands of downlines. Nobody's going to quit, all right, when they're standing on stage and telling their story. Nobody's going to quit when their parents are proud of them for changing their lives. Nobody's going to quit when they upgraded their Toyota to a Mercedes. Nobody's going to quit when they have moved from economy class to business class, baby. All right? So that part, don't worry. It's solid. Here, the ground is shaky. But your legs need to be strong. Your heart needs to be strong. Your attitude needs to be strong. You just have to survive the beginning. And after that, guys, limitless. All right? And in here, the beginning, if you fall, Dato Sri Vijay says, get up again. All right? And just rise again. Get up again. Be the best version of yourself. We are a great company. Our founders are the most amazing two people I've ever met in my life. All right? We're going to be around, inshallah, for another 100 years. All right? But don't crawl. Lah. Don't crawl. A lot of people, don't. Like Dato Sri Vijay says, why crawl when you were born to fly? Now, this can take 6 years, 7 years, 3 years, 2 years. I have seen 6 months. I have seen 3 months. All right? That's up to you to decide, not me. Do you understand? If you have found a dream big enough, if you're willing to pay the price, if you have the attitude of ownership, all right? If you are consistent and you never switch off, you watch the Wednesday message, you watch Instagram live, all right? Come to your system, listen to your uplines, inshallah find a way to come to VCon, all right? Cut off the noise from outside, okay? Okay, just cut it off, focus, remember your dream, remember your reason, and keep walking, never stop, never slow down. You just got to survive this part, and you're okay. This part, you need me. After that, you may even forget me, it's okay. Are you guys with me now? And this part, I give you a promise that we are with you every step of the way. Are you guys with me? All right, so I love you guys, okay, wherever you are in the world watching this. And we have an amazing speaker coming up next. Kala is going to introduce her. Yes. All right, Kala is going to introduce her all the way from a beautiful country of the Philippines. All right, so guys, I'll see you later tonight. Get comfortable. All right, make sure your internet is working, and I present to you my sister since 8 years old, the one and only V partner, Kala Arasi.
Chief, there's actual physical line here.
Yeah, exactly.
From A to B.
Exactly. It so happened.
Thank you, Chief. And you know, I was looking at the line. Adrian put this line so that Chief and I and all the speakers, we don't cross it. But there's actually a physical line from A to B. And it is what Chief was saying, the mindset, just to recap a little bit, the mindset, the attitude that we got to have so that from this A to B, wherever you are right now and where you want to go, that you don't quit. And if you don't quit, you get to the B. And where you are A and how long this takes really depends on you and what this journey is going to look like. And the 5 points that he said, just to recap, okay? Number 1, if it is to be, it is up to me. That attitude, that mindset, it is me. If it's to be, it is up to me. The second thing is consistent, that you get from A to B, the consistency. Then the power of association. And I told you earlier, it is who you are with, who you are spending your time with. Now, if you want to get to A to B, you better be with people who are also on this path or have gone this path, because anyone outside will tell you this is not possible. And being here today to rise again is this association and how we react, how we respond to what happens around us. And finally, Chief spoke so much, and I hope that has given you some strength, that challenges how we handle that. Without the challenges, we are not who we are today. As Chief said, pointed it out, we are the product of whatever they've overcome. And even for me today to look back at those challenges, I'm grateful because I had a chance to actually to grow, to raise myself, to rise again. So to each one of you, wherever you are today, if you're going through something and you're going through some challenges, I want you to know that it is this attitude, the mindset that we're going to continue talking about today. And the V partners who are going to be talking to you is what is going to help you to stay on this A to B, this line, this journey. Now, from QI Tower, Malaysia, I'm going to bring you to the Philippines. And this beautiful lady was the first person that I walked into this environment many years ago, and I looked at it and I said, wow, success, beauty, intelligence, everything, that her energy, her attitude, I was like, I just want a little bit of that. And she also is the reason why I decided at that point I wanted to embark on this journey of my own to reach the place that I could have a little bit of what she had back then, and what she has today. And over the years, let me tell you, over the years, I had the privilege of knowing her. And if there could be one person who have been living this tagline, rise again, is this beautiful woman, this beautiful lady, the V partner. Over again and over again, she has rise again. And no matter what she went through over the years, and I've seen her every time, she will come back stronger and rising higher than before. And it is really your privilege today, our global family, wherever you are, to listen to her. And from here, Kuala Lumpur, TQI Tower, Malaysia, I bring you to a home in the Philippines. We partner Donna Marie Lacaros. To you, Miss Donna. And no matter what she went through over the years, and I've seen her every time, she will come back stronger and rising higher than before. And it is really your privilege today, our global family, wherever you are, to listen to her. And from here, Kuala Lumpur, TQI Tower, Malaysia, I bring you to a home in the Philippines. We partner Donna Marie Lacaros. Miss Donna. And no matter what she went through, I've seen her every time. She will come back stronger and rising higher than before. And it is really your privilege today, our global family, wherever you are, to listen to her. And from here, Kuala Lumpur, TQI Tower, Malaysia, I bring you to a home in the Philippines. We partner Donna Marie Lacaros. Miss Donna. And no matter what she went through,
Okay. Hi, everyone. It's really a pleasure for me to be with you today on this amazing event, Rising Again. It's, of course, this time of the year where we're all setting our New Year's resolutions, or at least a lot of people around the world are setting their New Year's resolutions, setting their goals. It's it's this phenomenon called the fresh start effect, right? Where we look back at the year that just passed, and Batman just so rightfully said that 2023 is our teacher, but now we're in 2024. And so this is just happening all over the world. And, when it comes to resolutions, we all know, right, how the statistics, the odds are really stacked up against us when it comes to actually seeing the fulfillment of those resolutions. In fact, there's this running joke about how, you know, one of the most popular resolutions is to lose weight, and so gyms would traditionally bring out their gym equipments on January 2, but uh, bring those back into storage by January 15, because in as much as there was a surge of people going to the gym on the first 2 weeks of January, by January 15, they're nowhere to be found, right? And we don't want that for you. Whatever the exhilaration and excitement you have for this fresh start, we don't want that to lose steam. We don't want you to lose steam by January 15. In fact, we want this fresh start effect that the new year brings, this chance for a do-over, to start all over, to carry you through all the way to March 31st. Because if you're able to, clear that hurdle, if you're able to clear that line, then it will be easier for you to clear the hurdle for the next quarter and the next quarter. And before you know it, it's December 31st, and you're looking back at your goals, and you are amazed, because not only did you accomplish your goals, but you probably even exceeded them. That's our hope. And I'm really honored to have this time with you to just talk about one of those mindsets that Patman drilled on earlier and even yesterday, which is consistency. We want each and every one of you to succeed, no matter if you're just starting out or you've kept falling and rising up again and falling and rising up again. The fact that you're here, we want you to succeed in 2024. Now, the late Jim Rohn is quoted as saying, success is neither magical nor mysterious, but that it is a natural consequence of consistently applying basic fundamentals. So ultimately, I know you've got your goals, you've got your dreams, you've got your targets, you've got your aspirations for 2024. But at the end of the day, it's really consistency that's going to matter. Because without consistency, all of those resolutions, all of those plans will simply remain that, plans, resolutions that have failed. So let's look at the definition of the word consistency. The Oxford Dictionary says consistency is the quality of always behaving or performing in a similar way. So I'd like to underscore the word always. Patman talked about inconsistency. You're here and then you're not. You're there and then you're not. Very inconsistent, very unreliable. But consistency is, number one, it's a quality. It is not a skill, but a quality. It's a trait that of being always, not sometimes, not most of the time, but always acting or behaving in a similar way. There's a pattern, and you're always behaving in that pattern, following that pattern. Now, when it comes to those basic fundamentals, I mean, I really appreciate Patman for doing the 8 basic building blocks. Just like you, Kalai, I fell in love again with it last night, as I was listening to it, because that really is ultimately the fundamentals. We don't need to keep reinventing the wheel, or we don't need to chase after new trends or new thoughts or new ways unless we master the fundamentals, unless we master these basics, the 8 basic building blocks, the foundation of everything that we're ever going to build if we want to build strong, if we want to build to last. So the question really, when it comes to consistency, is how will you always live out the 8 basic building blocks? VP David talked about the Will Smith story of laying those bricks, and how Will Smith's realization was it was all about that one brick. It was all about that one action. It was all about that one thing that he would do consistency. Whether it's you laying that block of dreaming and dreaming again and dreaming bigger and dreaming bolder, whether it's the block of commitment. And Patman said that commitment doesn't exist without consistency, right? Whether it's that block of just creating that list, and as you tick off names from that list of 150 names, repopulating that list, consistently making sure you've got that list of 150 names. Without consistency, your commitment to your business, your commitment to your dreams, those dreams, they're not going to work. So let's spend a little time today, and I'm just going to go a little practical with you tonight, because I think that really ultimately it's not the big things that you do sometimes that will matter, but it's really those small, simple, but critical actions that you do on a daily basis. It's those small, simple, critical actions that can lead to that massive change that you've been dreaming of, working for, fighting for, okay, all of this time. So if you've been with the business for some time, you might have heard me say that your success is determined by your daily agenda. So we're going to break it down really to what you do every day. Now, you can't really do big things on a daily basis, right? It's going to be too tiring. Only Patman can do that. High energy, high fidelity, so to speak, right? On a daily basis. Not a lot of people can do that. Most of us, we can instead go into what are those small, simple, but critical actions that we can do on a daily basis that you must do every day. So I'd like to ask you now, I know, Kalai asked you to prepare your notebooks and your pens, and I just really want to ask you to give this some thought right now. If you were to choose 3 small, okay, simple, but critical actions that if you do every day will automatically propel you towards your goals, what would those be? What would be 3? I know there are a lot, and we could really fill up a piece of paper with all of the things that we must do, right? Mindset, skills, and all of these things. I mean, even the basic building blocks, there are 8 of them, correct? But if we were to really distill and choose 3 critical actions that will directly and automatically propel you towards your goals. 3 simple actions that you can do every day. Now, obviously, we're talking about habits and not goals, right? Because if your goal is to max out by December 31st, 2024, you will need the systems, the habits that will enable you to do that. And so what are those systems that will enable you to move your business forward? I'd like you to write that down. Just what you think are those 3 small, simple actions. Small, simple, but critical actions that you could do. It could very well be maybe making new friends a day. Is that going to move the needle closer towards you fulfilling your goals by March 31st? Would making new friends, I mean, Patman talked about that, how ultimately we are in the mode. We must always be in the mode of prospecting, not inviting first, but prospecting. And to me, prospecting was always a difficult word because I was pathologically shy. I was so shy before I got into network marketing that I didn't even really have any friends. Literally, I only had one friend all throughout my adult life, right? And I was happy with just having one friend. So making that list of 150 was so much of a challenge for me. And when they were talking to me about teaching me about prospecting, I just really had the mental block towards that. However, when I understood that prospecting really is all about making new friends, I said, okay, that I could do. When you genuinely care about somebody, when you genuinely want to help somebody, when you genuinely want to serve people, it will be simple enough to be able to make new friends. And I know, Patman, we belong to the generation where it's all about phone numbers, right? But today, you don't even have to ask for phone numbers. You can just ask them what's their name on Instagram, what's their name on Facebook or whatever, and through IG you could already message them directly without even getting their phone numbers. One more block eliminated from that. So it could be that one of your critical actions that you could do on a daily basis is make, let's say, 3 new friends a day. So when you go to the supermarket, or when you're at the doctor's office, or you're at the bank or whatever, because you're now in this mode of I need to consistently make 3 new friends a day, you'll probably smile more, you'll engage people more, you'll talk to people more. And here's a tip in making new friends. They say that the fastest way to make a friend is solve a problem for them, right? So I mean, that's something that we can all do. We can all solve somebody's problem. It can be something very simple, but nevertheless, that's a great way to open the door and create friendships. And even if they say no to you about the business, as Patman said, we have gained friends, right? So that's one simple but critical action as an example. Another critical action could be becoming a product of QNET's products, really just using them and making them part of your lifestyle. Why is that a critical action? Well, if you don't believe in QNET's products, if you don't believe that QNET's products have the power to transform lives, if you don't have at least one product that you believe can transform lives because it's transformed your life, how are you going to share stories about our products? And if you're not sharing stories about our products, what are you going to sell? Remember, QNET pays commissions not on the number of signups, but on the volume of sales, on BV. So being a product of the product is a critical action, but it's something small and simple. I wake up in the morning, I don't have to think twice about making sure that after I shower, I put on my Physio Radiance. When I drink my water, it's a home pure, it's water from my home pure unit. I don't need to think about it because I'm a product of my product. And so consistently I do that. And that's something we can do. Or maybe another small but simple but critical action could be making a certain number of presentations a day. And I know later on and tomorrow, Patman and the other V partners will be going more deeply into, presentation. So I'm not going to really spend much time on that. But needless to say, presentations are a critical action. It's small because it's something you could do now that you could work from your phone. You could make a presentation using your phone wherever you are in 15 minutes, right? Something every one of us can do on a daily basis. Okay. So Patman also said that it's about simplicity and duplication.
Guys,
So
said, yeah?
imagine now if you were to choose three small, simple, but critical actions that not only you can do, but that everyone in your
Your voice is not audible.
regardless of whether they've been with you in the business for a year,
Video is running.
just signed
And
up
you are also
today.
talking. It's not
Can
clear.
they do these three simple actions? Because ultimately, it's about duplicating properly and duplicating effectively. And duplication, yes, it's not, we duplicate who we are, but we also duplicate what we do. And what we do on a consistent daily basis is what our downlines will duplicate on a consistently and daily basis. So let's go into duplication very quickly. What is it anyway? Okay, I know you've heard about it. Some of you, you're leaders, and you've thought about it as well, right? But what is duplication anyway? I'd like to break that down into several components. Okay, duplication is number one. It's building. Okay, it's not something that will happen overnight. It's not. Duplication is something that you will intentionally and consistently build. Okay,
Miss
and
Donna,
yes,
just a little slower. The translators are finding a little bit difficult to catch up.
okay, thank you. So the thing about duplication is that, as I said, it's something that you build. And when you're building something, you don't see the results right away. Remember that Will Smith story. How long did it take Will Smith and his brother to build that wall? It took them 16 months, I think, if I remember the story correctly, right? 16 long months of doing what? Building, okay? And doing the same simple action of laying that brick. So if you want to duplicate effectively, you must be in a building mode. And a building mode is an action mode. It's not static. It's something that you're in movement, you're in motion, okay? You're doing something, and hopefully you're doing something well and right, okay? So building, but what are you going to build? As an upline, as a networker, if you really want to harness the power of duplication, you want to build a large group of people, a large organization, okay? Of course, you're going to start small. You're going to start with your 2, and then you're going to keep adding to that, and they will also be adding to that, correct? But ultimately, you don't stop building until you have the second element, which is a large group of people. I have seen people build strong, okay? Start strong when it comes to building, very consistently, okay? Very passionately, with that right mind, with all of those mindsets, following the basic, 8 basic building blocks. However, okay, when they start to earn checks, sometimes the danger is when we experience a little success. So what do I mean? Let's say you're living on $1,000 a month as a salary, right? And then because of your business building activities in QNET, your monthly income doubled to $2,000. Now that's huge, right? 100% increase. Nobody gets 100% salary increase, in a year, correct? So that could be great. However, there becomes a danger where, because you're now earning $2,000 a month, you start to slow down. You start to, cut back on your daily activities, on those critical actions on a daily basis, and think, oh, it's okay. You know what? My bills are covered, right? I just came from a holiday with my family, and I need a vacation to recover from that vacation, and you start to slow down, and that can be a very big problem. In fact, I think that's a bigger problem than somebody who hasn't earned a single check just yet. Okay, so the key to effective duplication is building a large group of people. How large would you say? Large enough for you to be able to generate the same kind of the volume that is required for you to hit your target income. Okay, so building a large group of people, doing what? I know, it's easy to say, oh my gosh, in QNET, I have 100,000 people in my tree, right? But is it just about the numbers? Obviously not. I remember when I was starting out after my first 3 months in the business, I had like, 1,500 people in my organization. Now, in 3 months' time, that's a large group already, correct? Especially when you're just starting out. However, most of those people, in fact, I always say this, 1,496 of them were on one leg, and only 4 were on the other leg. And at that time, the compensation plan was paying 5 on the left and 5 on the right, not what we have today, which is 3-3. What does that mean? I had a little bit large group of people, but I wasn't earning. Correct? Why? Because these people need to be doing with the third element, which is doing the same simple, small, and critical actions consistently on a daily basis. So ultimately, that really is your goal when it comes to consistency. Okay? What is it that you want to duplicate in 2024? Because like it or not, guys, you will be duplicating. You don't need to participate in RISE again to duplicate. I guarantee you, you will be duplicating. The question is, what kind of duplication will you accomplish by March 31st, by end of June, by end of September, by end of December? With what you're learning and what we're sharing with you, our dream, as Patman said, we don't want you to quit. We want you to stay the course and finish the race, run the race and finish the race all the way to December 31st. And the only way to do that is to ensure that you're duplicating effectively. How is that going to happen? You start with yourself. Start with your daily agenda. If you haven't yet, write down your 3 simple, small, but critical actions and embed it into your daily agenda. Block off the time it needs for you to be able to do those 3 simple actions. okay, on a daily basis. And everything else, okay, you work your schedule around that. Of course, as Patman rightly pointed out, last night, in terms of prioritization, hopefully your family is really supporting you because you've sat down with them, just like I sat down with my 3 kids when I started this business and told them that they were not going to see me as much, that I was not going to be there for them, and I was not going to get to attend all the events in school as I used to, because I was going to, start on this business, and that this was our family business, and therefore I needed all of us to, to pull together and to make it happen, correct? However, it does really start with your schedule ultimately, okay? So start with you. Block off those 3 critical actions, and now make sure that you're doing that consistently on a daily basis. Rain or shine, wedding or no wedding, okay? Great movie showing in the cinema or not, okay? Whatever it is that's going on, you make sure you do those 3 things on a daily basis. And because you want to also duplicate, what if you find 2 of your downlines who will do the same thing? Same simple, small, but critical actions of making new friends, of being a product of the product, of presenting daily. And if they find their 2, and they find their 2, and you keep doing it to the point where, because it's monkey see, monkey do, more and more of your team will start to behave, right? Will start to rise up, will rise again, will, dare to actually do this, because, hey, we all like to be part of a tribe. We don't want to be the only one doing things, correct? And if they see more people around them, that power of association, doing the same simple but critical actions consistently on a daily basis, what do you think is going to happen? I'll bet you amazing things will happen this year if you just make it consistent. Because ultimately, again, okay, whatever it is, no matter how big your dreams are, no matter how committed you are, no matter how long your list is, right? And no matter how many times you counsel with your uplines, how much you present and follow through, if you're not doing it consistently, then why will people trust you? Because ultimately, consistency speaks of reliability, right? And our downlines are looking to us not just to be examples, but to be there for them, to know that whatever's going to happen, we're going to be there for them. And we're not going to be there for them just teaching them. We're not going to be there for them just motivating them, but that we're going to be there for them side by side in the trenches, doing the same thing that we're telling them to do. Creating massive change, not by our words, but by our small, simple, but critical actions that we're doing on a daily basis. Guys, never, ever, ever underestimate the power of consistency. Never. The power of small, simple, critical actions done consistently. Now, I always harp, and I'm stressing on critical, because I know, especially for those of us who are already uplines, it's easy to say, Donna, I'm very busy. I'm doing so many things for my network, right? I'm doing this training, I'm doing this counseling, and I'm doing that, and I'm attending these Zoom meets, and so forth, and so on. However, sometimes we get too caught up in the busyness of managing our network that we forget that our network doesn't need us to manage them. Our network needs us to lead them, and to lead them by our actions, to lead them by our examples. Can you imagine if you become this like amazing trainer, right? And it's like, you have the charisma, and you become such a great people person that you can keep people in your Zoom meet, cameras on, listening to you attentively all the way until 2 a.m. in the morning every day. What are you going to duplicate? Your downlines are going to think, gosh, if I'm going to succeed in this business, I have to be a great trainer. I have to be able to hold people's attention for hours on Zoom. But is that going to bring you closer to your goal? It's not, isn't it? It's a tool. It's going to help you reach your goal, but it has no direct impact on your goal. So, guys, even if it's something that you're great at, even if if there's something that you do that you're really great at, but it's not small, simple, and critical, that can be done daily by everyone in your team. And if it's not going to directly impact, your goals and the direction of your team, of your business, you might want to rethink what you're focusing on, because you might be consistently wrong, right? You might be consistently failing. You might be consistently missing the mark, and you end up tired, you end up frustrated, you end up burnt out when you don't really have to. Because if you were just to focus on those three small, simple, critical actions on a daily basis, and you get everyone in your team to duplicate that because they're seeing you do it consistently, you might be surprised at how you will have not just the money, but also the time, right? So again, let me end by just reminding us, and I'm also reminding myself of this, let's not underestimate the power of consistency, the power of small, simple, critical actions done consistently. Never underestimate the power of momentum, because as you start going into action, your team will go into action. And things in motion tend to stay in motion. Once you start the momentum, it'll actually get simpler, and it will require less energy to continue that momentum, to continue that motion. Okay? So duplicate the right consistency, guys, not just today, not just sometimes, but each and every day. Again, because your success and the success of your team will be determined ultimately by your daily agenda. Thank you so much. And here's to crossing March 31st, 2024, okay, strong and, and powerfully. God bless you all. Wireless energy to continue that.
because we have on broadcast few seconds delay, and I was mesmerized. 3 critical actions to get you from here to here. Consistently, daily, what is the 3 critical action? I hope by now you already have that written. What is the 3 critical action? And I liked what she said. Miss Donna, thank you for saying this. When we are consistent, that's how we build the trust with our people. And that's how we build that reliability. So thank you so much, Miss Donna, from our hearts to yours, for giving us that 3 critical actions that we have to follow through every day for the rest of the day till 31st December. So for the next here in QI Tower, I'm going to bring you the next V partner. Now, Chief spoke about challenges, and he said, you become who you are supposed to become when you overcome the challenges. This V partner, I think he started with a lot of challenges. Having a brother who is a rock star, another one, a brilliant mind, and I don't see how easy that is. But despite everything that he went through, he continued to rise again and again and again, and made his mark as one of the most respected speaker, trainer in the V. And he is loved by the network because of his ability to bring his message in such a simple manner. A man of few words, but when he starts talking, you better listen to every word that he has to say. So we family, global family, today in QI Tower, let me pass the stage to we partner Sati Sanati Raja. Mr. Sati, this is yours. Yes, behind the line.
Thank you. Thank you,
Let me
my
just-
partner Kalai. And Happy New Year, everybody. Good to see you. Although I can't see you, I'm looking at 4 cameras. But I can feel your energy, and I've been seeing pictures that you all have been sending to the whole team, and it's amazing that this yesterday, today, and tomorrow that we are going to be together and talking about what 2024 can be for us. Okay? Now, I just want to share with you that technology has become so powerful. Okay? Just with your phone, you can do so many things. And I have not been a very technological person. I only use WhatsApp and sometimes Instagram. Okay? But on New Year's Eve, I went with a few friends to a beach where we stayed in a villa, and we were surrounded by other villas. Okay? So one of my friends started to play music on Spotify. Then suddenly we see Elizabeth connected, and she sent us one song. I never knew that could happen. Did you know that happened? So the next villa connected to our Wi-Fi and sent us a song. And then one more villa connected and sent us a song. Then we sent one song back. We sent one song back. Then after a few songs, we sent 2 or 3 Tamil songs, and they disconnected. Okay? So technology is so, and I'm telling my friend, be careful, the next door villa can go and check your bank accounts, your passwords and everything. Say, no, this is only Spotify. So that's something I learned this new year. And I have a few minutes with you, and I want to share with you what I have gone through about consistency. Okay? You see, can I have the whiteboard? It's easier if I draw something to you, because so that you understand better. Thank you. This position okay for the cameras? Okay. So about 35 years ago, before even QNET existed, I decided to learn how to play snooker. Okay, so I started, and when I started, my points, I could only score like 0, 1, 2 points. Very bad. Okay, the highest is 147. I could score 0, 1, 2 or 3. So I continued practicing, playing. Then my score became 10 to 20, and it maintained there, 10, 20 all the time. Then I kept practicing more and more and playing more and more. Then it became to about 50. Then I was very comfortable because at 50, I was beating almost everybody. So I was overconfident. You could say I was in my comfort zone at 50 points. And I stopped practicing and it went back down to 10. Does that make sense? Okay. So then I started again, went up to 50. And I went all the way up to 115. That was my highest break. Okay, 147 is the world champions. I can't go to 147. Otherwise I won't be talking, you'll be watching me on TV. Okay. You are watching me on TV now also. So 110, 115 was the maximum. And then now because I can't see further, so I decided to play pool, which is a smaller table, which I can see better. And I'm actually very good also. But if I don't play for a week or two, it goes down again. My quality of the game goes down. So I learned that I have to consistently practice, okay? And that reminds me that it's exactly same with the business, because the business is this. It is a W, okay? I used to draw the M, if some of you remember, but since this is rise again, so I'll start from the bottom, okay? Now this is where you start. This is where you sign up. Okay, this is where you signed up, and this is where you want to be. This is where you max out. Okay? Now you start here, and you are all alone, and you have to do a lot of work, but you don't see money at all. This is how you start. Okay? Now after some time, you have 2 or 3 downlines. You come here. Maybe your work reduces a bit and you see a little bit of money. Okay? But don't be fooled. Because you see a little bit of money, you fall into a comfort zone and you stay here, but in reality, you don't stay there. You go back down here. That's why you see, many people ask me, how come it took that person 5 years to max out and it's taking me 15 years to max out? Because of this. Okay? Because you come here, you have a small team. You make quite a lot of money. You buy a nice car. You build a small house. And you are happy. Because you see, in some countries in the world, $2,000 a week, you can live like a king. True? So once you are here, you have a nice car and a nice house, and you slow down. And when you slow down, you know what happens? You go down again. And then you have to start all over again. Because you are not consistent and you fall into this comfort zone. So many people have different levels of comfort zone. Which is yours? Okay? Sometimes you remain here for a very long time. You work a little bit so you don't go down, but still you go down a little bit. But if you are consistent, you attend trainings, you do Rule 3, you keep showing the plan, you keep attending trainings like this, you counsel with your upline, then you move slowly by slowly up to here. This is where everybody wants to be. You understand? So ask yourself, in this graph, where are you? Or most importantly, how many times have you gone up and fallen down again? You start building and you go up, and some negative news comes out. Your first negative news comes out, and you panic, and you shift all your focus and energy into this news. What happens to you and your network? go down again, start all over again. That's why so many people in the network, they go up, they come down, they go up, they come down. And after 2 times at the bottom, they get too tired to start again and they quit. So 80 to 90% of people in our business quit at this level. Because this is the hardest work that you have to do. Okay? But some of you have gone up here. Gone up here, happy, comfortable, become the boss, become a supervisor, don't network anymore, and you fall back here. Then you climb again and you fall back again. So, don't fall. Don't slow down. Don't shift your energy. Like Donna said, even in small increments you do the work, but if you're consistent, it is a steady climb. And you don't have to climb here in 3 years. Some people do that. Some people are crazy, like Chief. He would have done this in 3 months, in 3 years or 5 years. It maybe took me longer because I am not 100% like Chief. I still have other distractions that I have in my life before when I first started. Okay? Because can you imagine 22 years old earning $8,000 a week? Would you not be distracted? Travel the world, attend parties, but those were the past, okay? Now we are very much focused in rising the V and to rise again. So now, let's say you're here, very comfortable, 8,000 a week. So many people will stop there and say, hey, enough, let me maintain 8,000. But why? Why not go here at 21,000? Blue diamond every week. Many people, that's their goal when they start. Correct? This was your goal. You want to earn the maximum. You want to max out. Okay? But when you get here, hey, this is a lot. 8,000 a week is 32,000 US dollars a month. That is bigger than most corporate people around the world. Okay? So, you get comfortable and then you start to slow down. You start to lose focus. Then it goes down to 6,000. You're still happy. But if you don't change, it will go down here. Raise your hands if how many of you have gone down many times. I'm sure you have. I have. Okay? So once you're here, the key point is that I want to make is finish the race. If the race is 100 meters, finish 100 meters. Don't stop after 80 meters and say, hey, I'm okay with 80 meters. No, finish 100 meters, finish the race. And your uplines are there to help you to finish the race. But you have to be consistent. You understand? See, what I learned many years ago when Dato Sri told me, Satya, I don't want you to do QNET 24 hours a day. But if you decide to do 2 hours a day, make sure every day is 2 hours minimum. That is what consistency is about. Okay? Then you get married. You get married, normally you'll be distracted for how long? 3-4 months. Correct? 3-4 months because of the preparation and everything. You get distracted and you go down here. Then you have to climb up again. So the business is about falling down and climbing up. And the only reason you fall down because you lose focus and you're not consistent. Okay? So 2 hours a day, every day 2 hours. Just stay consistent. Okay? And I've said this many times in many of my trainings. It's like pushing a car. When your car cannot start, you push. In the beginning, it's extremely difficult. And then when the car starts moving, then it's easy, you can even push with one hand. So the reason why many of you find this business difficult, because you come here and you get comfortable and you start losing focus. You start taking things for granted. Now, monkey see, monkey do, your downlines would also get comfortable. Then slowly the drop will happen. And you won't realize the drop happening until it's too late. And then you might want to climb up again, but many of your downlines will give up. And that's why you're struggling to build a huge team. Your team grows big and then it shrinks. Grows big and then it shrinks. Grows big and then it shrinks. Why do people drop out? Not because of the negative news, not because of bad publicity, because they come here and it's too difficult to start again. It's easier to just quit quietly and disappear. See, nobody announces they quit the business. Do you realize that? They don't say, I quit. They just disappear because they don't want to do the hard work to start again. So they just slowly disappear. I've seen many people like that. Okay? So, once you are here, your goal is to finish the race. Reach here. And for that to happen, you only require two things. Hard work and a big dream. That's all. I mean, Chief spoke to you yesterday about the dream. And again, I want to talk to you about the dream as well. Okay? Your dream should be here. Not here, not here, not here. Your dream should be here. You understand? And you start your journey, climb slowly. No rush. This will always wait for you. Climb slowly but consistently. Because when you climb slowly, like when I play snooker, I can't go from 10 points to 100 points. I have to go to 20, 30, 40, 50, maintain at 50 a few times, then 60, 70, maintain 80, 90, then 100. I cannot go from 10 to 100. Okay, that's almost an impossibility. But when I grow from 10 points to 20 points, I learn how to get 20 points. And that knowledge keeps me at 20. Now, I don't want to stay at 20, I want to go to 30. So I learn how to get to 30, and that knowledge keeps me at 30. Then I learn to go to 40, I learn to go to 50. That knowledge keeps me there. Okay? But remember, knowledge alone cannot keep me at 50. Just because I know how to get to 50 points, if I don't keep practicing and keep doing the work, I will go down. You understand? Because those who understand snooker, the hand coordination, how you stand, how you hit, how you focus, is very difficult unless constant practice happens. So the same with our business. If you don't constantly do the work, then you start losing the ability to grow from here to here. You will remain here or go down. That's why we have events like this, that's why we have VCon, that's why we have ICE, that's why we have, what other trainings we have? ISB, all that to teach you how to climb up to your goal. Now the key is finish the race. It's so sad that in the past 24 years, I've seen people starting the race and running beautifully towards the finish line, but somehow here they get distracted, they go back down and they quit. So ask yourself, where are you? Are you here still? Are you going up and falling down, going up, falling down, going up, falling down? If that's the case, something you are doing is wrong. Sit down with your upline and ask them, what do I need to do to keep climbing towards the ultimate goal of maxing out? You understand? Now, is this climb easy? What do you think? Of course not. Okay? Every goal that you want to achieve is not easy. But you see, Dato Sri also taught me this. If you love what you do, then it becomes easy because it's not work anymore. Okay? Some people, they call me crazy because I can practice playing billiards or snooker 12 hours in a row. Crazy, isn't it? Okay, not every day, I still have to network. But when I don't have to network, I go and find a pool table and I hit the ball for 12 hours. And people think I'm crazy, but I don't think I'm crazy because I don't feel that's work at all. I enjoy it so much. Okay? So even like now training, this is not work. It's going to be 1 a.m. in Malaysia. Everyone here is switched on, excited. After this chief comes back on again, you know, and some of you who are sitting there are already tired because you don't enjoy it. You must learn to enjoy this journey. Climbing from this point to this point should be the most enjoyable thing you do in the next 5 to 10 years. Then you will climb very fast. Okay? Now, many of you joined this business with $20 in your bank account. Okay? And today you have thousands of dollars. You drive a Mercedes, you live in a big house, a mansion that you built. I've been to some of your houses in Cote d'Ivoire, in Ghana, in some other parts of the world. Beautiful houses you have built, but you haven't finished the race. Don't stop. Finish the race first. Okay? Because when you climb up here, then there is one more race to join. But let's finish this first. Okay? Now, even though you are here right at the bottom, it is not too late because it doesn't matter when you finish. It only matters is if you get up again, if you rise again. And this year, 2024, is all about rising again because I know many of you listening to us yesterday, today and tomorrow are down here and you are confused. You are on the verge of giving up, but don't. Rise up again. Okay? And we will climb this together. Even though it takes you 5 years, even though it takes you 10 years, it is better than remaining at the bottom. Because here, your dreams can be achieved. Because I remember Chief saying yesterday, time and money. This is what you want. This is what all of us should aim for, to have all the time in the world and all the money in the world. And up here, it's the beginning of this. Here, you only have a lot of time. No money. You don't want to be there. Okay? So, start rising again. Start the journey again. Start the race again. And some of you, if you are here in the middle, don't be comfortable here. If you can get 50 points, why not get 100 points? And some of you aim to get 147. Okay, so my message to you, and I want to listen to Chief after this as well, so I'll make it short. My message to you is, if you have decided to run in this race, finish the race. Don't stop halfway. Don't give up. Finish the race. We will help you. Your uplines will help you. You just have to reach out and let's climb this together. Even though you fall a little bit, we'll come down and we'll help you come up again. If you are here, just make a decision that you're going to start. You're going to rise again. And that's the message that I want to send to you. And it aptly says, rise again. Because I'm talking to people here who are on the verge of giving up. Because I know, personally from experience, because I have been here many times. And thank God my upline did not allow me to quit. My uplines pulled my hand and said, shut up and rise again. And together I finished the race. And you can do that also. So I love you guys. This year I will be coming to your markets. I'm very sure I'm coming to your markets this year a lot. We'll speak again then, and let's finish the race. Thank you. Happy New Year 2024. Rise again. Kalai.
Thank you, VP Sati.
Thank you.
Thank you. VP Sati, thank you so much for leaving us with the message that we got to finish the race. Okay, and I liked this. The peak, going up the peak can be challenging, and sometimes we don't know how to enjoy it. But looking at the peak, knowing that you're going to get there, and with the steps that is given, that you could get there. And then knowing that when you're almost there, you could get to the next peak. And today, we're getting into more serious stuff. VP Donna started off onto what the 3 critical actions that you're going to do daily for the rest of the days till 31st December. Now, to take us into a more understanding on what needs to be done, okay, let's bring back our Chief Patman Sanaki Raja. Back to you, Chief. Back to the line. Thank you so much.
Good morning. I don't know what time it is anywhere in the world. You heard from Sati and Donna. It was amazing that Donna logged on from the Philippines. It was good to see her for New Year. Now comes the real stuff I want to talk to you guys about. And this part is actually one of the most unpopular modules I have ever done in my career of network marketing, because there's something I realize that networkers have this desire to hear what they want to hear, and they don't like to hear what they need to hear. So you have the disease of uplines because they want to keep their downlines happy and they want to maintain their popularity. They naturally tell their downlines what they want to hear. All right? And very few uplines are the kind that will tell you what you need to hear. Now, my upline, Dato Sri Vijay Ishwaran, only tells me what I need to hear. He never tells me what I want to hear. And I think that's one of the main reasons why I'm built this way, why I survived for 25 years and reached where I am today, standing here as your upline guys. So today we're going to talk about building your network, okay? Yesterday, I think I shared the most important module of training that you ever need, the 8 basic building blocks. Earlier, I spoke to you about this, the 99%. Everything else is 1%. Your knowledge, your skill, your attitude, the way you think, your consistency, as Donna and Sati spoke about, your resilience, your grit, this human factor, you know, the human spirit, all right, your energy, your mojo is what's going to take you in the journey. And today, on day 2 of Rise Again, I need to talk to you about what you need to do in order to achieve, all right, this magical point of your life where you reach some level of financial, you know, freedom. That is the reason why you signed up. You didn't sign up to hold hands and sing Kumbaya. You signed up to improve who you are, improve your financial standing tremendously, all right, with this great opportunity, QNET. So now let's go back a little bit and follow the trail. Your ultimate goal is your dreams. This is it. Whether it's a car, whether it's giving back to your parents, whether it's building a school or hospital in your village, whether it's a Rolex watch or a villa or an apartment, whatever it is, okay? You have your dreams. I'm going to make a statement which I hope is not controversial, but I don't care, all right? Dreams cost money. I am here telling you the reality of life. I think that money can solve 99% of your problems, I promise you. The other 1% is your mother-in-law. All right? That one I don't know how to solve. Unless you get a mother-in-law like mine, then you're okay. All right? But let's be real about this. What do you worry about most? From the time you woke up, from the time you were young, looking at your parents struggle, all right, go to work, the fights they had quietly in the room, the sacrifices they had to make of not buying the things they really wanted to be able to pay for your education, your existence, all right, the compromise they had to make even going to a restaurant, buying what you want to eat. And I've seen where they just sacrifice and buy the cheapest meal in the menu so that the kids can have the best meal on the birthday. How your mom would buy you a gift on your birthday, but on her birthday she would get nothing. Now if you analyze that journey of your life, there was one common thing that was lacking, that is money. I don't want to say this as a materialistic, greedy, money maniac. I'm not. But I also understand the truth about life, that money can make things better. And money in the right hands can make the world better, like what Japa and Dato Sri Vijay are doing. You understand? And don't get me wrong, I want you to buy your car, your house, and everything, but I don't think you need 15 cars. All right? You can buy 3 cars, and you got a lot of money remaining. Find somebody who needs it. Find a community that needs it. All right? Like Dato Sri Vijay always told me, Patman, never stop giving. All right? If you got $100, guys, and you only need 90, that $10 can feed a family in some countries for 1 week. Right? So don't only start giving when you are a millionaire. That's wrong. Start giving now. Right? Because if you understand the value system of Japa and Dato Sri, they did rhythm from day one, or even before the company started. It was in their value system. I've seen Dato Sri give even before he became, wealthy. He kept giving and giving and giving. Make this your value system. Make sure your kids see it. I'll tell you something. My life partner, she's very focused on giving. So for Christmas, we wanted to give a lot of gifts to a lot of homes that we support over the years. And it was so cute to see my son, who's 3 years old, helping pack the boxes. All right, knowing that it's going to some other kids. Because how many toys can he play with? You understand? So dreams, whatever it is, ultimately, to make a dream a reality, it requires money. All right? And the sad part of today's world is that too much money is in the wrong hands. Do you understand? I don't understand this philosophy where people need 7 private jets. It just doesn't make sense to me. All right? When that one private jet can change a country positively, can eradicate poverty in 10 villages. You understand? But some people are not built the way Dato Sri built us. So if you look at his vision for the network, he wanted to create millionaires who would go beyond selfishness. They would reach a point of being selfless. Sort out your dreams. Sort out your selfish needs first, and then give. So whatever dreams you have, every one of them ultimately requires money. Now money in our business comes from something called the tracking center. What is it? I don't know. All right, they call it the tracking center. It has a left and right. And this tracking center pays you when there is a BV accumulated on your left and BV accumulated on your right. Simple mathematics. Every time you hit 3000 BV, you get paid, whether it's 225, 250, 275, whatever rank you are, okay? But the basic one would be 225 in US dollars and local currency wherever you are. Now, where does the BV come from? The BV simply comes when somebody purchases a product. Whether they buy a 1000 BV product, a 3000 BV product, 5000 BV product, or 500 BV product, doesn't make a difference, all right, depending on your system. Every time they buy a product, that BV is plugged into your left or right. And when you balance it, which will never be perfectly balanced, you get paid, all right, and that money, small dreams, bigger money, bigger dreams, big money, bigger dreams, huge money, huge dreams, okay, and it goes there. Now what you need to understand, if you follow the trail, it comes to one very important activity called presentación, okay, and this activity, I don't know why, everyone knows, you know, wherever you are right now, look at me, you know it is the most important activity in network marketing. Everything else is great, but everything else means nothing if you don't do this activity, right? That means you attend training, you become better. You attend camps, you self-discovery yourself. You understand? You attend Rise Again, you get to hear so much from the great ones, all right? You get to see me, okay? But all of this is nice. But end of the day, attending this training is not going to add money automatically to your trekking center. Coming to VCon and focus for 5 days is not automatically going to give you 500 US dollars. It doesn't work that way. What pays you is one activity called presentación, where you pick up the phone, I showed you yesterday, invite somebody, they come to your coffee shop, to your house, to your Zoom, to your FaceTime, to wherever, okay, and you do the presentation. And if the person says yes, and they buy a product, the BV starts to come in, all right? For some reason, and I cannot understand why, people love everything about network marketing. People have told me, I love you, Chief, I love Japa, I love Dato Sri, I love QNET, this is my life. And then I said, okay, when did you do your last presentation? Huh? Presentation? Chief, I think 3 weeks ago, 4 weeks ago, 5 weeks ago. And I cannot understand this. This is a mystery I'm trying to unravel. When you know what is going to give you financial freedom, and you choose not to do it consistently, it means you're mentally something wrong with you. So let me straighten you out mentally. So all of you, wherever you are in the world, all the way in Africa, all the way in Gujarat, all the way in Surabaya, all the way in Ipoh, all the way in Dubai or Moscow, okay, or Germany or Spain, all right, or Lebanon or Morocco, doesn't matter. I'm talking to you. And for the next 1 hour, I am your working upline. So if your upline contradicts what I say, all right, listen to me, not them. Because I'm standing here with 25 years of wisdom and being guided by the greatest networker in the industry, Dato Sri Vijay Ishwan. Are you guys with me? So don't say you love me and don't listen to me. It's very important. And I don't care who you are. I don't care how much you have achieved. I know that the only way people succeed in network marketing is to understand the importance of one culture in the organization. Now, an organization operates by repetition, and anything repeated long enough will be practiced as a form of culture. Do you understand? That's how culture happens. If you see your mother every morning go out to the sun and pray as a child, and you see it every day, you will start to do what she does. Your children see you, everyone see you, monkey see, monkey do. What is culture? Culture is monkey see, monkey do. And a culture is what decides the happiness factor, the harmonious factor, and everything of a society. So your network below you is ultimately a self-sufficient community. It is not physically a village, but it is a village. And if you are the upline, you are the head of the village, knowingly or unknowingly. And what you do repeatedly, all right, what you practice repeatedly, the way you behave, all right, the way you live your life, ultimately becomes the culture in your community. From your language, from your actions, from your value system, that forms your community or forms your family at home. All right? So no father can look at a son while holding a cigarette smoking and telling the son, don't smoke. All right? And no father can say, all right, exercise every day if he's sitting on the sofa watching TV every day. Do you understand? The same principle applies to network marketing. Network marketing and life is very connected. Are you guys with me? So now comes to the most important activity in network marketing. Now I'm not telling you training is not important. I'm not telling you power of association is not important. I'm not telling you watching videos and learning about our industry and QNET is not important. I am telling you everything is important. But the most important activity, the most important activity is presentation. Because you can have 10 people in your network loyal to you, committed to you, attend every training, hold hands, sing kumbaya, but if none of them do a presentation, nobody earns a check. Then you become a social club. Don't allow QNET to be a social club. It is not. QNET must be a result-orientated part of your life. Your goal of being in QNET is to create consistent results, and eventually the results must grow and grow and grow and grow. That's your goal. And the results I'm talking about is your weekly commission. And that weekly commission comes from one activity called presentation. However, I have come to realize why a lot of people don't like presentation. Because if you look at the whole, Giri is looking at me so scared because he's one of them last time. All right, the whole QNET business, your whole journey of QNET, there is no activity that has result like an exam. Do you understand? You attend VCon, you walk out of VCon, we don't say, okay, come, answer all the questions, pass or fail. We don't do that. We hug you, take photo, you go back home. You are a successful participant of VCon. All right? You attend Rise Again live broadcast from Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. And after you finish the broadcast, yes, I attended. Photograph on social media, blah, blah, blah. No tests, no outcome. Right? Now the only activity in network marketing which has a potential of rejection is presentation. And we don't like it. Now why we don't like it is because of our upbringing. Because when you went to school, you enjoyed every part of school except exams. Because exam had pass or fail, A or B. Alright? But if I told you go to school, Giri, and play football the whole day, you'll come back saying school is the best. When do you go into depression? Exam. All right, when are you stressed? Exam. Why? Because there is a result attached to it. But in life, everything good, everything great, everything that helps you grow has results attached to it. Do you understand? So, why people don't like presentation? Because there is a possibility of rejection. And rejection is no. It's two alphabets. And that two alphabets have destroyed people, created depression, and all of that. And I was like you. When I had my first rejection after my hot zone, all right, I was like pissed off, angry. I said, why? The guy is a moron. How dare he say no to me? All right? And when I went to my upline, the one and only Dato Sri Vijay Ishwan, I said, you know, Ishwan, they rejected me. He just looked at me and said, get used to it. All right? And it's so true. Just get used to it. Some will, some won't. So what? Someone's waiting somewhere. So this is a critical component to your journey. Right? This part, remember? A lot of people quit during this early part of their journey because they think no is the worst thing to happen to their lives. It is not. Because that person who rejects you is not rejecting you as Patman. He's rejecting the idea of entrepreneurship that you presented to him. And sometimes you cannot blame him or her. Why? Because study the person. Their whole life, they have been programmed a certain way. And you think it's so easy in 15 to 20 minutes to reverse 30 years of programming, 40 years of programming, a comfort zone that they are in. If it was that easy to get a yes, I will not be on Rise Again broadcast. I will be on CNN, all right, BBC, Al Jazeera, you understand? All right, there'll be Rashmika Mandana on my left, Karina Kapoor on my right, you understand or not? Okay? It's not, I'm not saying it's difficult, it's the reality of our business. If you open a restaurant, some people are going to walk past your door and not come in. Are you going to give up? Not everyone bought an Apple phone. Some people actually buy Samsung. I don't know why, but they buy Samsung. All right? You think Samsung is closing their business, Giri? Because somebody didn't buy Samsung? All right? Not everyone goes for Shah Rukh Khan's movies. He hasn't stopped making movies. All right? Not every match Ronaldo's team won. He didn't quit football. Rejection is part and parcel of our existence. You have been rejected thousands of times. You just don't care. You don't remember. All right? But suddenly in QNET, a rejection means, oh my God, I got rejected. I can't take it. I want to quit. Kalai, I want to give up. How dare they reject me? So today, one paradigm shift that you must have is that you will be rejected. If there's one thing I guarantee you, no matter who you are, no matter if you are the greatest salesman on the planet, no matter if you have not been rejected until now, one guarantee I give you as your chief, you will be rejected. And it's okay. Get used to it. All right? It happens to me today. All right? The 2-3 presentations I do a month, and one guy will just say, no bro, I'm not interested. I got something else going on. I said, cool, let's have coffee. Don't tell anyone. But even Dato Sri Vijay has been rejected. Japa has been rejected. You understand not? So it's okay. Get used to it. I don't care. I love it. Consider it practice. All right? So whichever country you are living in, your rejection percentage, also there is a mathematical formula. A new market, where QNET just comes in, the rejection levels will be low. Because everyone said, it's new, it's new, it's new, it's new, it's new. I'm excited. So when I started networking in 1998, 1999, all right, I thought this is the best business in the world. I did 10 presentations, 9 people said yes. So I looked at the one and only Vijay Ishwar and I said, this is the easiest thing. He said, calm down. This is just the beginning. And what he said was true. From 9 people signing up, after a few years, every 10 presentation, 1 person would sign up. Do you understand? And it was like, okay, no harm done. Do you understand? So I realized that if you embrace this element, the last element you have to embrace, you found a dream, you understand the business, you understand the mindset, you understand consistency, you got a good power of association, your kryptonite, you're like Superman, all right? My son calls me Superman, but there is a kryptonite. The kryptonite, I don't know, do you all know Superman? Okay, all right, Superman was the strongest man on the planet, on the universe. He could fly, shoot laser from his eyes, but there was something called kryptonite from the island, from the planet Krypton. And that kryptonite, if you bring it near Superman, he's like, he can't even punch. Are you guys with me or not? I find to most people, rejection is kryptonite. But why? Why allow somebody's answer to your presentation discourage you from going for your dreams? Why empower the rejection? I don't understand. You're empowering a moron. Right? He says, no, you quit. Stupid, isn't it? Stupidity, moronism at the highest level. So grow up. Alright? So today, I want to teach you how to implement a culture of presentation in your organization. And I've been doing this from 1998. And I didn't want to introduce it to the world because many uplines disagreed with me, my downlines who were leaders. I said, okay, your choice. After a few years, they all came to me and said, beg me, Chief, please do this module. So in 2007 Jakarta, all right, in a pink shirt, roll-up sleeves, Dave Advani sitting in the 3rd row or something, I remember, all right, I did the Rule 3 module. Then I followed up with a Rule 3 world tour. And after we did that world tour, QNET rise to another level with a simple culture that was instilled of presentation. Just one culture. If you cannot instill this culture, you will struggle on your journey. All right? So, what is Rule 3? Rule 3 is simple 3 rules. Okay? All 3 rules are non-negotiable. Somebody told me, Chief, 3, a bit too much. Can we make it 2? No, 3. If you can instill this in a repetitious, monkey see, monkey do way, consistently in your network for the next 3 months, first quarter, remember? All right? This will become a culture. And when this becomes a culture, I promise you, I'll sign and give you, everyone's commission will go up. The energy will rise. Ranks will go up. All right? Your organization will be on fire. I'm talking out of proven track record, my experience. Trust me on this one. Trust me. Empty your cup, whoever you are, max out king, max out queen, diamond, platinum, sapphire, whatever. Trust me, empty your cup and try this. Try this with a serious determination, with a positive energy and tone, and it will work, okay? This is what you need to do, not what you want to do. You need to do this. It's not a choice, it's a necessity. So the first rule I shared yesterday is 150 names on your list. So if you watched me yesterday, and many of you did, and you haven't written 150 names, slap yourself right now. All right? Slap yourself because you think this is a social club. And then after 3 years, Chief, I didn't succeed yet. My checks are not big because you didn't listen and do. Shut up, listen and do. I did a module long time ago. All right, so 150 names. On a piece of paper, big piece of paper, or 2 pieces, 3 pieces, name how to reach them. Like Donna says, it could be a Insta handle. All right, it could be this new way of reaching people. After hearing Donna say that, I feel so old-fashioned. Do you know I still have a phone? I have 2 phones. You all should know this, okay? I have 1 phone, which is WhatsApp, high-tech. All right, Insta is here, my WhatsApp is here, Telegram, Signal, Microsoft Teams, everything is here, Zoom. And then I got this one. SMS and voice call. There's no WhatsApp here, there's nothing here except SMS and voice call. And I still use this a lot. You understand? I'm a bit old-fashioned that way. Are you guys with me or not? But now Donna says there's new way of reaching people. So 150 names is the easiest thing to achieve. 150 names, not 149. Can it be 160? No problem. Can it be 250? No problem. Can it be 1,500? No problem. But not one name lower than 150. All right? Hot, warm, cold. All the uplines. All right? I'm no longer anyone's working upline today. That's sad. You will not survive as if I'm your working upline. I used to get my leaders to come to my house and show me the list. And I will read all the names because Giri was very good. He will put John Smith 3 times on his list. John Smith, John Smith, John Smith. I said, Giri, these are triplets. Same name. Oh, Chief. Sorry lah, wrong, it's not wrong. You understand? You know? Okay, so 150 names. Non-negotiable. How to get these names? You know how. All right? Now, every month, whatever this number is, 150, 160, 200, 250, you must add 10% to the list. This is to keep you as a networker. All right? Because somebody said, you know, Chief, once you're a networker, your goal is to retire. No. Your goal is not to retire. Retirement is for losers. What are you going to retire and do? All right? David once came and told me, Chief, it's time to retire. I punched him in his face. Now he's still here. Do you understand? There's nothing to do. What are you going to do? You're going to go home and sit down and watch Netflix for how many hours? How many carrots can you plant? What is this bull sugar about retirement? The true definition of retirement is you control your time. You make your own choices. But there's no retirement. The definition of financial freedom, right? I'm financially free. I work harder than I was 20 years ago. But I'm in control of my time. I make my own choices. That is the real retirement. Not our parents' retirement, no. Go to the office, cut a cake, get one fake gold watch, come back home, put on the lungi and plant a rose in the pot. You understand or not? That retirement doesn't exist anymore. I don't want to do that. I always told everyone, please, Giri will be older than me, or Suresh, or Adrian, all right, push my wheelchair onto the VCon stage. Right? If God permits, I live until 85, 90, you leave it to me. I will still go on stage and say, I am a warrior. But I am a warrior. I don't know how it will sound, okay? But push my wheelchair. You promise, Adrian? Suresh? Yeah? Okay. All right, so you need to increase your name list by 10% every month. This is to keep the networker in you alive. Are you guys with me? So if you got 150 names, like Giri with 3 John Smiths, all right, the 10% is 15. So in a whole month, all right, Just talk to 15 people. Go on Tinder, meet 15 people. You understand? No, do whatever it takes. Just add 15 names to the list. That's all I'm saying. Add 15 names to the list. Because you are a networker. And your greatest assets, your greatest asset is your name list. It must never be depleted. And I will never follow a leader who has stopped networking. I will never listen to a leader who has stopped networking. My upline, Dato Sri Vijay, I traveled the world with him. I just went to Budapest with him. Why? Because we can. You understand? So I flew Budapest in a private jet. All right, from Switzerland to Budapest on a private jet. Okay, and we landed in Budapest, and he is the master of networking. Entered the hotel, from the reception to his suite, he already got 4 phone numbers. And he said, Padman, take a number. Padman, of course, he doesn't take the number himself. He's got a very loyal downline behind him. All right, Padman, take the number. Padman, you got to show this boy our business. He looks like a switched on young man. All right, enter a restaurant. The waitress come. Where are you from? Oh, you're from Malaysia or Indonesia or wherever. All right, fantastic. I'm blah, 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 blah. Within 3 minutes, Padman, take a number. All right, he is the ultimate networker. He has never stopped adding people to his list. All right, he has never stopped doing the presentation in his way. My way of presentation is different from yours. I can do a presentation while walking in a mall and complete it. And the person is interested, I'll call Kalai, I'll call Giri, I'll call whoever, Brijesh, I gave him, I'll just say, hey, this guy is interested, contact them. Are you guys with me? I can sell a biodisc in less than 5 minutes to anyone. Are you guys with me or not? All right? So this 10% increase in your name list, non-negotiable. All right? Do or die. You must do this. So rule number 1, 150 names. Rule number 2, increase your name list or your asset base by 10% every month. And now comes to the most important rule, number 3. There is a song I made, there's t-shirts, there's jackets, I did a world tour, and I believe that we are here after 25 years. Besides, because of Japa and Dato Sri Vijay, it's because of this that we introduced in 2007. All right? Rule 3. Are you ready? Are you ready? There's a thinking, we know lah, chief, just tell us lah. No. You know, but you're not doing. That means you're a moron, okay? So listen. Rule 3. Do 15 presentations a month. Okay? Right now, there's approximately 800 arrogant morons who say, sure, that's all. I'm doing 10 a day. That was Patman Senatiraja 25 years ago. All right? I will bet you my trekking center. All right? Okay? That you cannot sustain 10 presentations a day. I used to do 20. All right? I used to do 20. And I thought that was the easiest thing to do. It's easy to do when you don't have to do training. You don't have to support your network. You don't have to do follow through for your downlines. You don't have to maintain power of association. You don't have to jump on a plane and travel to other markets. You don't have to do Wednesday message, Insta Live, Zoom training, all of that. You can still do 20 a day. I'll change my name. All right? So this is a science. After a lot of understanding the limitations of the human race and consistency. Because this is not 1 month. This must be followed your whole career in network marketing. All right? Do you understand? Okay? So 15 presentations a month. So rule number 3 is the most important. I don't care how you do it. Is it on Zoom? Is it in a room? So somebody said, Chief, I do group presentations. No problem. As long as all 15 in the room was directly invited by you. Don't use Giri's trick. Giri invited Dave. Dave brought 3 people. Those 3 people brought another 10 people. And Giri said, ta-da, 15. You understand or not? All right, the biggest scamster like Giri. I said, Giri, that doesn't count. He said, you said 15, I did 15, blah, 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 blah. 15 direct invitees, direct prospects. Are you with me? Okay? So rule 3 is 15 presentations a month. Simple. All right? Now if you are smart, you will do 3 or 4 a week. Very doable. Whoever you are right now. In 7 days, from Sunday to Friday midnight, you can't do 4 presentations? Even if one presentation takes an hour, right, for you guys, because you're still amateurs, all right, it's 4 hours a week. You can't dedicate 4 hours a week for your dreams. That means you're not serious about network marketing. You're not serious about entrepreneurship. Don't kid yourself. Don't lie to yourself. You won't last. Are you with me? All right? So these 15 presentations can be on Zoom, can be one-on-one coffee shop, can be you bring 5 direct prospects, that's considered 5, no problem. As long as you show the QNET business to 15 people, all right, directly brought by you from your list. Now, I don't care about the results. That one, the world has a way of giving you what you deserve. I don't care if you get 15 rejections or 15 say yes. That is not the purpose of Rule 3. This is the result of Rule 3 I want to see. All right? The outcome of Rule 3, it will vary according to every person, the time, the market, your best version of yourself or worst version of yourself. There are many factors that are going to decide how much success you get from the 15 presentations, but you must still do it. You must still do it. If ever there is the most important module I have done to you directly like this in the last 25 years, this is it. This is the reason I'm standing here today. This is the reason why so many networks around the world are still rocking today. Presentation, presentation, presentation. Now, generally, I say presentation, 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 and everyone says, yes, Chief, presentation, presentation, presentation. Then they do one a month. Now, can you imagine the logic? You meet me and you say, Chief, I have a dream. Tears all coming down the eyes, Giri, hugging me and saying, I have a dream. This is my life, Chief. I'm committed. I want to get out of poverty. I want to move my family to a better country. I want to give back to my mother and father. QNET is in my blood. I am a warrior. Nothing can stop me. I've heard all these speeches. And then, one presentation a month. This is a mathematical contradiction of intent, all right, and not doing the mechanism. You understand or not? All right? So, this is something that you have to make a decision. As the upline, as the leader, bring your leaders together. Don't make this a marketing campaign. Don't make it a short term like Chief said we have to do. You must commit to this. You must bring your leaders together. Now, this may not apply to every downline, because you may have downlines who are saying, I just want to retail products. All right? I'm not sure whether this is for me. Don't go and force this down everyone's throat. All right? You just make it a culture. You make it a non-negotiable culture from the top. If this does not come monkey see, monkey do from the top, it will never work. You cannot tell people to do what you are not willing to do. because they observe you and they said, this guy, I have never seen him do a presentation. And he's telling me to do something. They will lose faith. They won't follow. Now, even if you are max out king and you don't need another direct referral, you still have to do this if you are actively building your organization. If you are an active upline, 1, 2, 3. Monkey see, monkey do. So 15 presentations a month is mandatory. It is a mandatory non-negotiable. So I'll tell you a story about my good friend Giri. All right. Now most people, if you really push this culture, they will wait last minute. I don't know why. It's human nature. It's called lastminute.com. There is a website, a travel website, I remember. All right. So Giri, of course, tried his best to follow. And 1 month he did 14. 14 presentations. Impressive or not? Yes. You are thinking, wow, damn impressive. You know, AVP Giri. But it is not 15. The rule is not 13, 14 or 15. It is 15. And when I create a rule and culture in my organization, it is non-negotiable. And I am a ferocious upline. I am a lion. Are you guys with me or not? A tiger. So Giri called me. This is 1 hour or 1.5 hours before midnight. All right? Giri calls me and says, I say, Giri, have you done rule 3? Chief, I've done 14. The last guy cancelled. So tomorrow I will catch up. I got into my car. I drove to his condominium like a maniac at 10:30, 10:45, I forgot. Went into his condo, went up to his condo door, and I started banging his door like a money collector, like a thug. Banging, the neighbors all got scared. Giri! Giri! He came out, sexy shorts, no t-shirt. Hey, bro, what's up? Put on your clothes and follow me. He put on his clothes. He thought we had a fight or some problem or something. He needed some help. He very passionately followed me like a moron. Followed. I got into the car. We drove almost to midnight. And there's one place in Malaysia. There's always prospects. It is called 7-Eleven convenience store, 24 hours. We reached the 7-Eleven. Door open. I opened the 7-Eleven door. I look at the guy behind the cashier. I said, listen, this is my downline. He has to do something before 12 o'clock. So please, just listen to him. I looked at Giri, I said, do it. The guy thought we were going to rob his store. Most probably he wanted to call the police. And Giri, angry, embarrassed, looking at me. Why did I get an upline like this? All right, and did some presentation. The guy said no. Scared, thinking it's still a robbery. But it wasn't about that guy. It wasn't about anything. It was about Girinder Sharma understanding that this is non-negotiable. Because if you negotiate 15 to 14, next month it will be 15 to 12. The month after that will be 15 to 5. And a few months after that he will do 1 presentation a month and expect to max out in 1 year. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. I'm being realistic. If you are serious about this journey, if you are serious about reaching a respectable income in QNET, this is the key, rule 3. These 3 golden non-negotiable rules. All right, I wanted to name my son rule 3. Of course, there was strong opposition from the mother of the child, you understand. But now I can still get pets. I'm going to call them rule 3 and presentation. All right, so let me show you the mathematics. All right, because somebody said it's not easy to max out. All right, so when you look at your organization, if you are new, okay, you may have 1 or 2 or 3 people or 4. Who are these people? They are your downlines. What do they bring to you? Nothing, unless they do a presentation. All right, so let's say this guy does rule 3, 15 presentations. You are in a matured market, so there's 10% success. All right, mathematically, he will sign up 1.5 people or 1,500 BV if you're doing a 1 BV, 1,000 BV. These 3 guys all do rule 3, all do 15. 10% success rate, 1.5, 1.5, 1.5, 4,500 BV, right? 1,500 BV, okay? The 1.5 guy, 1.5 guy, if there's such a thing, all right, let's count one. He does the next month, 15, 1.5, there's another 1,500, all right? Here, okay, you got one guy here, one guy here, one guy here, plus 1.5, one more guy, that's 60, that's 6 UV, plus the original, so there's 10,500 BV here, another 1,500 here. This becomes 3,000, this becomes 14,500, very common to have a power leg, and you earn one step, 2 to 5. And now you have additional people here. You have 1.5, he has another 1.5, so there's another 2 people, which will bring you now 3,000 plus 3,000, 6,000 BV. All right, okay, plus the balance from here, which is 3,000, 11,500, plus another 13,000 something. You do the maths lah. Nothing, you know. You don't have to do anything. You just have to consistently instill the value of Rule 3. Your checks will grow. Your checks will grow. The key to Rule 3 is you, the upline, must monitor. You must monitor positively. Don't get me wrong, I only treated Giri like that on that day. The rest of the time I support him. I go for his presentation. I hold his hand. I hug him. Comes to my house. My mother cooks for him. You understand or not? All right? And soon, everyone knew if you meet Chief, his only question will be, have you done Rule 3? Are you doing Rule 3? How's your Rule 3? How's your downlines Rule 3? Rule 3, 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 Rule 3 is the key. Personal experience. I attribute my success today because I successfully instilled this culture of Rule 3. Now, it doesn't take much. You just have to remind. In your trainings, you remind them about Rule 3. Power of association, you check whether there is Rule 3 done. One-on-one counseling, talk about Rule 3. Pull out the name list. Help them make the calls. Support, support, support. Instill the culture of Rule 3. On top of that, when you do your monthly events, you recognize the sapphire, you recognize the platinum, the diamond, the whatever. At the end, everyone who did Rule 3 this month, put up your hand, come up on stage, clap, give them recognition. Because with all honesty, if somebody does Rule 3, all right, earns my respect more than anyone else. Because you could earn a check accidentally without effort. But Rule 3, that means you got a networker. If a guy does Rule 3 or a girl does Rule 3 consistently, 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, 4 months, that person is as valuable to me as a diamond. Because that person has demonstrated the true characteristic of a networker. What is a networker? Not talking, not training, not holding hands and singing kumbaya. A networker goes out there and does presentation. That's the definition of a networker. Only presentation pays your bills. Only presentation buys a new car. Only presentation upgrade your house. Only presentation makes you fly first class. Only presentation you get to look after your family better. Get this in your head. Presentation, presentation, presentation. Rule 3. 15 a month. Now be serious and be honest with me. Is this unreasonable as an entrepreneur? Because if you open a restaurant, you will be on your feet, wiping tables, being behind the cashier table, cooking for what, 10 hours a day, Dave? 10, 12 hours a day? Plus washing up the kitchen. That's hard work, man. All right, if you do a startup business, okay, you have to stay up late at night, looking at the orders online, packing the boxes yourself, handling customer complaints, you understand? Handling return shipment, handling lost shipment, handling dissatisfied with your product or product liability. Here in QNET, all of that is handled by the professionals. in Hong Kong, Malaysia, Philippines, Thailand, India, Dubai, Germany, Russia, Turkey, all right, Cote d'Ivoire. We got amazing corporate warriors of QNET and the V and Q Lifestyle. All right? All you have to do, imagine, all you have to do is pick up the phone and call somebody. I remember this movie, Wolf of Wall Street. All right? You understand? Fighting with your wife, pick up the phone. Can't pay your bills, pick up the phone. Can't pay your mortgage, pick up the phone. All right? Unhappy, pick up the phone. Kids look depressed, pick up the phone. Mother-in-law hates you, pick up the phone. And do the invitation and bring them to the presentation. All right? And I remember Leonardo DiCaprio saying, I have been rich, and I've been poor, and I have been rich. And I choose rich every single time, guys. You understand? All right? Actually, that's true. I've been poor and I've been rich, and I choose rich every single time. So this is it. Now, you want to max out. I don't know whether I got the numbers right. All right? But you want to max out. Okay? Today, max out at goal or whatever is about 180 UV. 180 UV means 180,000 BV. 180,000 BV. Let's assume this is max out, okay, for gold rank. All right? Where does this come from? 180. 180 simply means 10% means 1,800 presentations. Correct? Correct? Yeah. 1,800 presentations. 10% minimum success rate is 180 UV. This if you are promoting 1 UV. 1,800 presentations is about 120 people doing rule 3. 120 people doing rule 3. 120 people on one side, 120 people on this side, 240 people in your network doing rule 3, left and right, 120, 120. You can max out as a goal with 1 UV system. If you have a 3 UV system, it's lesser people. If you have a 5 UV system, it's lesser people. So how difficult it is to max out? It's damn easy if you understand the mathematics. So if you are 3 UV, you're promoting 3 UV, it's 180 UV is divided by 3, 60. 60 sign-ups. All right? So you need about 60 people. Correct? Less. You need about 50 people. 50 people and 50 people roughly. All right? We didn't prepare for this, but I'll get you the numbers. 50 people doing rule 3, 50 people on the left, 50 people on the right, 3 UV business. You can already max out. All right? At gold rank. No, see how simple it is. 50 people just practicing one rule, rule 3. 15 presentation a month. You understand now? All right? You can earn max out income in 1 month. A max out income in 1 month at goal is 12,500 US, guys. All right? There's more than most people in the world ever can earn in a month. Think of this, the logic. It's so simple, so powerful. The mistake people make is they don't consistently maintain the culture. So here's some things you need to do. The first thing you need to do, if you're watching leaders, uplines, bring your leadership together. The 8 people, the 9 people, the 10 people. Bring them together, have a proper discussion. Or even you got 2 leaders, all right, or 1 leader, bring that person, sit down and make a conscious decision that you're going to do rule 3 in your organization. Then meet the second level of leaders, 30, 40, 50 people or 10 people, and announce that starting January this month, don't say I'm starting in February. Procrastination is like cancer. It will kill you slowly but surely. All right? Just announce. Guys, after watching Chief at Rise Again, we have decided as our team that we are going to start the system of Rule 3. This will be the #1 culture in our organization, and all your uplines here have agreed that monkey see, monkey do, we are going to do it. Then you got chat groups. We didn't have chat groups last time, but you have WhatsApp chat groups for your left, your cash out, your credit, your UK, your Ghana, your Cote d'Ivoire, your Malaysia, your Indonesia, whatever. In the chat groups, everyone uploads their progress of Rule 3. I did 2, I did 3, I did 1. Make it competitive, make it a recognition. And if one group completes Rule 3, give them a trophy, recognize them at your event. This group, Sun Group, Star Group, Eagle Group, everyone in their team, all right, or the inner circle did Rule 3. Clap, cheer. Trust me, if you do this effectively, all right, it will transform your organization. The energy, the mojo, the level of activity, the results. This is mind-blowing. The groups that I implemented Rule 3 in the early days aggressively transformed countries, guys. India tripled in their BV. All right, Africa, that was the beginning of Africa, 2007. Adli will remember when we went on the world tour. We revived so many markets that were slowing down and almost dying. We landed. We forced everyone, please come. Chief is here, Adli is here, Arun is here. We all came together, all right? And we just showed them the magic and power of Rule 3. And we followed through. We managed the leaders. We had calls. We followed through with videos, all right? I distributed my Rule 3 video for people to watch. And the organizations that embraced it, all right, grew like that. Unbelievable. It was the turning point of our global network. It saved markets from dying. It revived organizations that were dying. It increased everyone's checks. During the Rule 3 era, there were so many people in groups earning 250 a week, 500 a week, 700 a week. People who could not even understand the possibility of maxing out. Maxed out. Ask Sachin, ask everyone. All right, when I showed them the mathematics at that VCon, all right, that was the era of max out. After that presentation at VCon, I don't know which VCon, all right, every week we had a max out king and queen. So I am telling you, I respect the teaching of your uplines. I respect your systems, because ultimately all your systems came from Japa and Dato Sri and us from the early days. You just, instead of mango, you called it orange. That's about it. All right? Instead of long lines, the lines were this way. But everything you know about network marketing came from the ultimate source of the we and our founders. Are you guys with me? But for some reason, I don't know why, but I think I allowed many of the groups to do their own thing, to grow their own way. All right, Dato Sri said, Patman, let go a bit, let them grow. You can't hold their hands, just hold their finger. But I think somewhere along the line, you guys forgot the ultimate answer. You forgot what is a turbocharger for your network. This is steroids for your network. This is the ultimate vitamin for your network, Rule 3. So all of you around the world listening, if you don't have working uplines, you don't belong to a system, I'm your working upline. All right? And starting this month, okay, starting today, write down, if you already wrote down 150 names, by the end of the month you must have 10% new names. And starting today, whatever time it is, for some of your countries are still early, start counting down your Rule 3 presentation. All I want you to do is 15. You can do one on Sunday, one on Saturday, Sunday hold hands with your mother-in-law and sing Kumbaya, do one on Monday, do one on Wednesday, or do 2 on Wednesday, so Thursday and Friday you can close to achieve your TAT, all right? But please, please, 2024, rise again. If you want to rise again as an organization, you want to rise to your ultimate performing level, this is the answer, Rule 3. And it's so simple, all right? It's so easy, it's so excellent, it's so beautiful, just like a wow. Just like a wow. You understand? This one. Now, what you need to do is you first need to decide. Everything starts with a decision. Decide that you will implement this in your organization. Number 2, all right, get an agreement from your leadership. Nobody must be left out. All right? Because monkey see, monkey do is not one individual, it's the leaders. Right? The collective action of the leadership will be duplicated and become culture. All right? Number 3, announce. Announce it like it's your wedding. Do you understand? Announce it as the most exciting, most unbelievable thing you're going to do. Something new, something fresh. All right? Make some t-shirts. Okay? Change your what do you call it? Identifier on your WhatsApp. All right? Whatever. Just create buzz. Create excitement. Create something. All right? And announce it. And number 3, okay, monitor. Monitoring is important because there are many people like my unbelievable downline Giri. They will do this, they will play kung fu and all that. To avoid Rule 3, you must monitor. Now you have your big group, but your big group consists of smaller groups. Your power of association will usually come down to maybe 8, 10 people. Right? So it's not difficult to monitor. Now with technology, WhatsApp group, whatever, you monitor. Now when you ask, all right, ask with love. Guys, are you doing your Rule 3? All right? First you start with love. Then you get a bit more aggressive. All right? As long as you have trespass, you push. You call, you remind. Just like our mothers. If our mothers did not nag us, we won't brush our teeth like Dr. Sri Vijay says. We won't eat our vegetables. We won't shower. All right? So when you want your people, your downlines to do something, initially, you got to be a mother. You got to be a mother, a little bit of hugging, a little bit of smacking, a little bit of reminder, a little bit of laughter, combination of everything will form a perfect, culture. Okay? Monitor. All right? And number 4, recognize. Recognition. All right? Recognize people. You see, today, you recognize your sapphire, your platinum, your diamond, your blue diamond, your max out. Can count, la guys. What about everyone else? Where is their recognition? Their recognition is more important than your diamond. Because your diamond is already earning shitload of money. You understand? The guy is struggling to earn his 250, he needs some recognition. Recognition can raise people so powerful, trust me, recognition. Even we should start recognizing more, all right? Recognize. So if the guy doesn't have a check, all right, what can you recognize? Rule 3. If you start a recognition program of Rule 3, now you don't have to give the guy a Mercedes because he did Rule 3, all right? Just recognize. Congratulations, all right? Kalai completed Rule 3 this month. Please congratulate her. These are for the small people, the beginners, the real networkers on the ground who's paying for your diamond check, who's paying for your platinum income. Recognize them, all right? And sometimes you can't recognize for financial result because everyone is working at a different speed. But Rule 3, you can recognize anyone who completes Rule 3. And trust me, when they see the recognition of that guy, this guy will say, shit, I'm going to do this next month. I want that recognition. I want my upline to recognize me. I want the recognition in the chat group. I want chief to recognize recognize. And the V should create a Rule 3 recognition thing where I can come on video and I will offer you, guys. Get your Rule 3 achievers, all right? Maybe if they do 3 months consistently, put them on Zoom. I'll come on Zoom to congratulate them. I'll send them a video, whatever it is. You understand? I recognize my Rule 3 guys with real respect. Because anyone can talk. Anyone can be passionate. All right? Anyone can attend training. But a real warrior, a real networker goes on the ground and does presentation. And that deserves the highest level of respect. All right? That I will not be here today if not for the presentations that you all do every day. It's not your love and loyalty, all right, that pays my lifestyle. It's the presentation. So respect it, recognize it, implement it, make it a culture in your organization. Now, presentation is a message. It's a message. I do it on VCon stage. I do it all my videos. That's a message. This is called a rule. A message is, okay, thank you, Chief. I know presentation is important. A rule must be a do or die mentality. It must be implemented with a level of seriousness, commitment, and like Donna and Sati said, consistency. All right? If you decide, you agree with your leaders, you announce, you monitor, you recognize, I promise you, the first quarter of 2024, if you successfully implement this in your group today, tomorrow, this weekend, the first quarter of 2024, I guarantee you, will be your greatest quarter of your whole journey of network marketing. You will see the most checks, small, big, doesn't matter. You will see the highest level of retention, all right? You will see the highest level of energy, mojo, positiveness, power, and nobody's going to be affected by any bullshit news because they'll be too busy doing presentation. The noise only works when you got free time. If you're busy presentation, getting your results, processing the sale, doing 8 basic building blocks, induction of that person, you got time to listen to the bull sugar. So the people impacted by the bull sugar are those who are not doing presentation. So I close tonight, day 2 of Rise Again, with the most unpopular module, but the most important module I've done in 25 years of my career as Japa and Dato Sri's loyal downline. Rule 3. I love you guys and welcome to day 3 tomorrow. All right, I love you guys. Rule 3, Rule 3, Rule 3.
Thank you, Chief, for bringing this back, igniting the most important module, the Rule 3. So if you did not do your 150 names yesterday, complete it, and today begins a brand new journey. Day 2, Rise Again, starts with this month, today, for the month of January. So now, check again, check on your teams. Tomorrow, same time, we will connect for the day 3, Rise Again. And today, Rule 3, 150 names, 10%, 15% touch-on every month, consistently. And tomorrow, Chief and some other V partners are going to be joining, and we also have our founder will be talking to you to take you to the next level, to make sure this 2024, your best year, where you reach true potential. We Global Family, thank you, good night. We see you at day 3.
Hello.